Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations with Marvelous, Episode 4. And before I introduce my very special guest, just some minor announcements. We will be back Wednesday. And for those of you that are asking, am I still doing Roadium Radio? Yes, absolutely. But I'm only doing Roadium Radio with new guests. So when I do Calls with the Wizard, it's with guests that have already been here. And now I'm giving you guys the opportunity to call in and ask, my special guest or the artist, questions that you guys may like, whether what sample did you use, what inspired that song, how long you've been rapping, etc. So, and I'm still doing the Dining with the Wizard. I just need to find a good one. Drinking with the Wizard, we're still doing that. And Freaky Tales, okay? We're going to try, I can't promise, but we're going to try to do every Friday of October to bring you guys a Halloween special, me and my co-host, Marvelous Inc. I believe I have a guest coming on with us next week. So it will be me, Marvelous, and my guest. But if this person can't make it, then it'll just be me and him. So even on there, we give you guys an opportunity to call in and to ask all your freaky questions. So other than that, we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to have a conversation, and eventually we're going to open up the phone lines and give you guys an opportunity to call in, to complain, or to, show us love. And even if you don't like us, just call in anyways. All right. Thank you, guys. Other than that, Marvelous, how are you today?
I'm good, bro. Thank you.
How's your Sunday so far?
It's good. Pretty busy. It was a hot day today.
Yeah.
But it was nice though. It was a nice day.
Any football or no?
Nah, I heard the Raiders lost. I seen all those memes.
Oh yeah. That's their third loss in a row.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, that's dope. I like it. But I'm good. I'm not a Raiders fan.
You're a Cowboy fan, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
I know the guys are putting out there cowgirls. Yeah, but you guys lost, so stop. It's like a holiday when the Raiders lose.
Oh shit.
That's exactly what it is. So I know a lot of people don't like me talking like that, but if you guys know ESPN, there's a guy called Stephen A. Smith. He's a brother. He's the #1 Cowboys hater. I'm the Mexican version of him, but I don't hate the Cowboys. I hate the Raiders. So I attack them any chance I get, even if they win. So they celebrate when they win the coin toss. But anyways. So, other than that, man, how was your week?
It was good, bro.
Okay.
I spent time with my daughter. Took her shopping. It's hard to shop for a daughter, man. My sons it's cool, but my daughter is like, I don't know what young girls want or what they, So it's kind of hard, But
is she kind of like one of the expensive girls? Like, I want Jordans and I want the Gucci belt and I want this.
You know what? She's not. She's really humble. But I do want to, like, if I buy some Jordans or something, I want her to have the same thing. So she's, I have her fitted. She's good.
One thing I noticed about your two kids that I've met, they look just like you. Your genes are strong.
Yours too, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, your son's, that's your twin right there.
I know everybody tells me that. You know what's funny? I don't see it, but everybody sees it.
That's you right there.
I remember I was at the gym and there was this one female that kept looking at me, She walks up to me and she goes, "Want to get out of here?" And I just guessed and I said, "You're kind of young." I said, "Who do you think I am?" And she goes, "B." And I was like, "No, B is my son, Brian. I'm his father."
Damn.
She was like, "Holy shit."
That's crazy.
Some people have mixed us up like that. There's times that they met us together and I've invited him to a party and they said, "And bring your brother tonight."
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, "Nah, I'm not going."
That's good, though. It speaks good about you, bro. You have, you look young.
Thank you, man. Now, other than that, there's something I want to get into that we heard on No Jumper, and I don't even like to say that name because I don't like to give those people any props, any credit, or anything like that. Right. But they had that one guy, Tyrique Nasheed, if I'm correct. Okay. Right. I think that's his name. Right. Okay. I don't know the guy. Never met the guy. I never even heard of the guy until I saw these so-called Instagram allegations. That's how I'm going to call them. Right. Instagram allegations against Gil from American Cholo, calling him a racist and blah, blah, blah. Right. So, and then Gil goes to American Cholo's podcast. Right. Gil the American Cholo goes to No Jumper's podcast. No Jumper doesn't show up. He says he's at a poker tournament, which, I think that's a lie. But so Duno and then some other guy, and these other guys I don't even know. So they sit down with Bozo and they sit down with Gil. So they go at it. I thought from there that it was squashed.
Right.
I thought it was over with. They said what they had to say. Ya estuvo. But no, this guy recently, Tyrique Nasheed, I guess this last week, went on there and pretty much blasted Gil. Right. Again, like reopened that shit up.
Yeah.
He didn't even have to. Okay. One of the things that I've said this, and I hope that somebody forwards this to this guy, Tyrique Nasheed, whoever he is.
Right.
I don't know him. If maybe you feel my podcast is not up to par with your reputation, but I would like to invite you here and sit down with my co-host here. Okay.
Facts.
Reason why is because I hear you say a lot of words that I think you give your own definition to. It would be like me making up a word and then defining it myself. And for somebody who's never studied or who's never looked into those words, would just sit back and say, wow, that guy's really educated. Yes, on some things he does know what he's talking about, but there's some things that I just feel like, dude, you're way off left field. You know, like he made up a Mexicoon. A Mexicoon.
Right.
And he said that's a Mexican that thinks he's trying to act white.
Right.
Now, black people would say you're not allowed to say the word coon.
Right.
But a black person can say, and I'm not saying all, I'm saying him, this guy Tyrique, said Mexicoon. So now if I were to call him a coon, would that be racist?
No. See, and that's where the whole thing, you know, with the whole N-word thing, right, is that a certain group of people are getting mad at other races using it, but they're making it a trend. And this ain't a point them down, not them as, I'm not saying separating black people and just saying, oh, putting black people down in a certain type of way. I'm saying there's certain individuals within the hip hop community and stuff, and they're using these words and they're making it trendy. And you have other young ethnicities looking up to these individuals, and now they think it's cool. Now they could use it, and they never got the okay to use it. So don't get offended when you're making something a trend, like what we talked about in our culture, Chicano. You know, it became a trend, and it's not. These aren't. It doesn't matter how your feelings are about the subject. A definition of a word should just stay that word. You know, no matter how much you feel you're a part of that or you're contributing to that. Like, no, okay, I respect that. I want to learn about it. Educate me about it. I'm not going to take it and run with it, and now it's mine, and I can use it whenever I want. Right.
Let me give you an example. I grew up, and my music career started in '87, and everybody that I did music with, and I have to say it this way for people to understand, they were all blacks.
Right.
All black DJs, all black producers, all black rappers. Hardly any Raza in the rap game at that time. And we're talking about '80s. So the only one that I heard in the '80s were two guys. It was Kid Frost, okay, and we're talking about late '80s, and another guy named S.A. Rich Rock, who was in junior high school, who later on did a song, So 18 with the Bullet, with Spanish Fly, okay, from the Harbor area. At that time, in the '80s, that's the only Raza that I knew of here, okay? When I say here, I'm talking about L.A. And, you know, I mean, I used to be in the studios with Dre and Cube, and those guys used to come to my house, and their group was called, you know, and I'm just going to say it, Niggas with Attitude.
Right.
If I didn't have a problem saying their name back then in front of them, I'm not going to have a problem saying it now. Their second album was called Niggas for Life. Okay, now, I don't use that word when I see somebody and say, hey, what's up, Mike? I don't do that. Now, when they would say it, that never rubbed off on me. And then I go on and I produce an album with High C and other black artists, and we toured, and they used to use that word freely. I was the only Raza in the group. That never rubbed off on me. I could have used that excuse and say, this is how I was raised. But I'm not. I say all that to make this point. One of those guys is a multi-platinum artist, and he's still active today. When I say active, he's still touring. I was on stage one time when he said this to Raza, because the whole stadium was full of Raza. And he said, yeah, man, you know what? You guys are just like us. He was referring to the crowd. You guys go through the same struggle. You people are just like us. So I'm going to give you guys a pass that you guys can say the word N-I-G-G-A. That's what he said. But he said the word, I'm not saying it. And in my mind, I'm fucking cringing because I'm thinking, I'm trying to tell people we shouldn't use the word because many of them take it insulting. So I'm not going to use it. But this guy's giving our people a pass, okay? 3 weeks later, he goes on Instagram, makes a video, and he says this. And this is where I stopped talking to him, okay? And he said, y'all Mexicans need to stop using the N-word. Y'all need to stop. I knew if I would have called him, I would have cussed his fucking ass out, okay? And I didn't want to do that. But I just said, you know what? Just need to stay away from this guy because this guy's a bipolar motherfucker. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Wants to talk all this shit and say, you guys can use it. I'll give you guys a pass. And then you want to go live and then say, don't do it. Now, if it ever comes down to it, rubber meets the road, I'll say his name. You know, now people can say, oh, Tony, you're going to name drop? No, I don't want to. But in order for me to get my point across and to defend our people, for when another ethnicity looks at us and stops saying the N-word, well, tell your people to stop giving my people a pass. Now, I don't say that word. You don't say that word. And we encourage people not to use that word.
Right.
But this is how far it's gone. So this guy, I guess Tyrique, is pretty much, and then there's a video that he's talking about Mexican women. They love fucking black guys and they love this and they love that. And I'm thinking, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Before I pass it over to you is this. I think that this guy could be dangerous to a weak-minded person that listens to him and goes out and does something stupid from the words that this guy said.
Definitely.
That's my point. So I don't know if anything else that you hear in that interview that you may want to elaborate on.
There's a lot of stuff. There's so much I could. I don't know if you're able to play audio, but I wish the audience could hear. You know, I mean, you could go on my Instagram and I'll show you, send it to you if anybody wants to hear the audio. But there's a lot of derogatory statements made. You know, even from the girl that protested American Cholo at Power 106.
Yeah.
Collins, was it? It was.
I don't remember her name,
something.
but the video is available.
Right.
It was a group of people that he said it wasn't his group. He said it wasn't his protest. Right. But he supported it.
Right.
He supported it. You know. Right. So that's my thing.
We weren't here. That we have to swim across borders. Like you're trying to sneak into this country. First of all, this is our country. This is our land.
Yeah.
It's stolen land still from indigenous and what they would call North American Indians. Right. This is still our land.
Right.
You know, we did all this and we laid the foundation and we built all this. No, you didn't.
Right.
No.
Right.
This country was already established with our people. You know what I mean? And there's so much, bro. There's so much to get into this. But this person gets on this platform, Tyrique, and he makes all this frivolous statements, and he has the nerve to call himself a historian. He calls himself an educator. He calls himself I forgot the other statements that he made, but he makes a statement on wanting black and brown unity, but you're making all these derogatory statements and putting a certain ethnicity down. Like how are you going to be making all these statements and then calling yourself this person of stature in any way? It's not cool.
Right. You know, I didn't like the whole Mexicoon saying that not all, but there's a lot of Mexicans, and these are his words, that they want to be white. Look, bro, there's a lot of black people that are on social media that are calling him a coon. That he's an Uncle Tom or etc. They're calling him this, but yet he's not shooting back at them. He's shooting at us. Right. You know, and that's where I just think that this guy needs to lay off. You know, and I'll tell you why. Because I think that his words could be so dangerous that it could deceive a weak-minded man to do something stupid. Right. You know, but as far as No Jumper now. The only guy that's really winning, honestly, is No Jumper.
Facts. Getting paid.
That's the only guy winning. Yeah. You know, if we had a call last time, and I said, if there was a race war between blacks and Raza, okay, which God forbid it ever happens, right? Okay, nobody wins, bro. Nobody wins. What would be the outcome? All dead people. Nobody wins. But you know who would be laughing? That guy.
Yeah. Facts.
So. That's all I'm going to say, bro. And I just wish that they wouldn't give people like that a platform. Right. Now, I am, and I share this with you, I've seen a lot of Malcolm X speeches. I love Malcolm X's passion. I love his fire that he had for his people. Right. That doesn't mean that I want to convert to becoming a Muslim. Right. But what I am saying is that I've never heard Malcolm talk like this guy. Malcolm at least encouraged me to stand up for my people. Yeah. You know, this guy doesn't. This guy wants me to make me turn off the fucking TV, you know, because of such. I believe a lot of hate speech, that comes out. Right. So, anyways, I don't know. That's about it, bro. I wanted us to touch on it, and if anybody wants to call when we open up the phone calls, then we can touch on it. Right. Alice, can we open up that door, please? And other than that, anything else you want to touch on?
No, just on that subject, there's so much that, man, I would love to, the opportunity just to, like you said, sit down with this individual, if that girl that made all those frivolous statements too, and they want to talk about history and education, let's get into that subject so the whole world can listen to, and we could get down to the nitty gritty of things.
Yeah, yeah. And let me say this for the public that's watching. It's not about trying to start a fight. My question for him would be on a lot of the things that he said, because I don't want to be taken out of context, so I'm very careful with what I say.
Right.
I really want to know where you got your information from.
Exactly. I want to know where you got your information from.
So we'll leave it at that. Okay, let's get to some of these questions. Somebody put, why would the elite want to keep our people of color distracted or from knowing the truth? First and foremost, I want to say, what is the truth? Okay, but the elite. So when we talk about the elite, obviously, I just don't want to say the word government, because government could be in anything, but we'll just use the elite. Obviously, they deceive people through television, through movies, even through music, okay? But it's just, this is the question. Why would the elite want to keep our people of color distracted or from knowing the truth?
Okay.
I don't know. I know it's kind of a broad question.
Right.
So
how I would answer that is, if I wanted to dominate the whole world, why wouldn't I want to distract you?
Yeah.
Why would I even give you a fighting chance of knowing anything that I know?
True. Very true. Yeah. Okay. Here's another one. Why do people call us Latinos/Hispanics, even though history shows us we aren't? Let me tackle that real fast, okay? And I shared this before. I was on Power 106. I want to say 1994. We were promoting our second album. I think it was 93. It doesn't matter, but one of those years. And I was saying to my Mexican people, thank you for supporting me, blah, blah, blah. Then we took phone calls. Somebody said, I'm not Mexican, but I support you, soy de Guatemala. And I said, okay, how do I address you?
Right.
Just all Latinos. So I said, okay, to all my Latino people out there, thank you for supporting us, blah, blah, blah. Somebody else called, soy de Salvador. And I was like, okay, I took an offense that you say Latinos, I'm not a Latino. A general term will be Hispanic. So I gave it one more shot, okay? Hey, I want to address everybody out there in the Hispanic community. Thank you for supporting me. Somebody else called. Hey, man, I'm not Hispanic. I'm Mexican, homie. And I was like, chingue su madre.
Yeah.
So now I just say Raza, bro.
Yeah.
But anyways, so once again, why do people call us Latinos, Hispanics, even though history shows us we aren't?
Why do people call it? I mean, it's their own ignorance. It's, of not, studying and be distracted.
Okay. One thing that I saw here that I didn't know, and I should have looked that up, but I didn't. Thoughts on I'm gonna butcher this word. Tartaria Empire.
Oh, the Tartarian Empire?
Yeah. Thoughts on that?
Oh, you never looked it up?
No, I didn't look it up, bro. If it's too long, have them call you.
So it's a civilization or a group of people that supposedly ruled the world that they try to do away with. They don't want you to know anything about that. Like, I mean, It's just,
so it did exist,
right? Like Atlantis, but not everything like Atlantis. But I'm just saying, like, they dismiss it, or they don't want you to know shit about it.
Okay. All right. Like, keep in mind, guys, if we go through some of these questions fast, it's because honestly, I have 30 pages that I screenshotted.
I bet.
Okay, so we're trying to be fair and trying to answer. Okay. Let me see. Okay, this one, I don't know who this guy is. Says, how is he cool with Carlos O when it feels, it's a typo, when it feels that he makes cultura a joke? Carlos O.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, Carlos, he's, I'm cool with anybody, that has respect. I mean, I never seen him disrespect the culture. I mean, he's really pro-Mayan, I don't know. I would have to know what this person's talking about, that individual. Okay. I don't know if I don't know. I think maybe the perspective or the perception of what this guy's talking about is something that he personally knows about. I've never seen him disrespect the culture.
He's not that
he's all tatted everywhere,
that guy.
And he does like comedy videos, and I think he raps.
I could understand why they probably think he makes culture jokes,
right?
Because he's a comedian,
right?
Okay, maybe I never hear his jokes, but if it's the same guy,
right. That
guy came against me one time on a Instagram post, and You know who he posted, and I'm just gonna say it. And this is a year before I went to court against this one individual I told you about.
Okay.
Okay, somebody got a hold of him and he posted a picture of Savage Studios. Carlos did, and you know what? I still have it. And he put, "I'm glad I didn't do this fool's interview." Then he had a picture of me. He says, "I'm glad," because I had him booked and he canceled. He said he didn't have a dog sitter. That's why he said he couldn't make it. Okay. So he said, "I'm glad I didn't do this fool's interview because I only fuck with the solid, which was Savage Studios." He
Really?
said, "Yeah." He said, "And I'm glad Savage Studios put out his paperwork. I'm glad that people are exposed." So
You know, they got at it. They went at it tough.
after,
Yeah.
and he tried to say, "Oh, I didn't know he was a PC." You just finished saying that this guy was solid. Okay, you know what? And if I wanted to be dirty, I could put up the post, but I'm not. Okay, but I'll show it to you after because I still have it.
Right.
But he was calling Savage Studios solid, and then they go at it afterwards because some real homies got at him and told him that guy's a PC, and you're backing that guy up.
Right.
And I didn't know. How could you? And you don't even know me.
Right.
I hadn't even gone to court, but he had my paperwork. Pendejo.
And to the homie that just shot that, if you do have anything derogatory that was said, shoot it to me in my DM, homeboy, in my Instagram, please.
Okay, let's go. Ay, wait. I hope somebody shows this clip to that guy, Carlos. Okay, opinions on this trend where people think you have to dress banged out to be an authentic Chicano.
Nope.
No,
you don't.
No, you don't. I don't know where somebody would actually even think that you have to be.
Right.
Yeah. I think this is from the Book of Revelation. Well, it is from the Book of Revelation, but it's such a... Who is the synagogue of Satan?
So the synagogue of Satan would be the Edomites.
Okay.
Edom, which were the Caucoid lineage today.
Okay. Look it up, you guys. And once again, as we continue to repeat, because we had some idiot that commented, and I'm going to read his comment later.
Or, I'm so sorry, bro.
Go ahead.
Which would be considered the Jewish, the people that are inhabiting the land of the real Jews. And those are literally Ashkenazis.
Okay. There was a guy that said, "Tony, I can't believe you believe everything this guy says. I can't believe that people watch him. I can't believe that blah, blah, blah." I'll read his comments. See, here's my thing. But he admitted he still watches. Okay.
Right.
And my thing is this. Why don't you call, or at least you have the opportunity to call you?
Right.
You know?
And you don't agree with everything that I say.
Well,
you know,
look,
you just you do your research, you know, like I tell everybody else.
Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, look, I don't have to agree with everything 100% to be your friend.
Right.
But I do have the liberty to ask you, why do you believe that, and vice versa.
Right.
So,
Right.
Okay, here we go. There's another. How does he feel about the abortion ban of a woman can have sex on a one-night stand and then gets pregnant? Suddenly she wants an abortion. Yeah, suddenly she wants an abortion. So how do you feel about the abortion?
I'm against abortion, point blank, period.
Okay. I agree. People always bring this up because he brought it up at the very end. How about women who are raped and want an abortion?
I do feel some type of way about that.
Same here.
But, you know, man, and this is a hard thing to answer, but I do go about it, you know, because I am studied on scripture and biblical history and the curse that's upon our seed. So, I mean, if the scripture's saying that God is just and God has proven to show that he is just and he says, "I change not," then everything that has been done to you is because of the transgressions in your bloodline. So if that's happened to you, most likely it's because one of your forefathers has committed some sort or form of sin equivalent to that.
Right.
And it will come back to you. It would not, if it doesn't happen to you, it's going to happen to your son or your son's son or your son's daughter or your son's daughter. But it's going to happen.
Okay. Now it says, Tony, will you be getting American Cholo back on your show, perhaps on Calls with the Wizard? That would be dope. Yes. Okay. Here's the thing. I was supposed to have, remember we talked about it, you and Gil together. Okay. And I shot Gil some dates and he just said next month and I never heard from him, even though we DM and stuff like that, but he just never got back to me on that. So yeah, I would definitely make it happen. And Gil, if you're watching, I definitely want to make it happen where me, you, and Marvelous sit back together again and we take phone calls all together. So I'm sure we could try to make that happen. Okay, question for both of you. How do you pick out, this is a good one, pick out the right woman? And what makes, a lot of these are typos, so I'm going to read it the way they wrote it. Right. And what have you made, or in other words, what mistakes have you made when it comes to picking out a woman in your past? So how do you know if you have a good woman or how to pick out a good woman? And what mistakes did you make in the past? So it's a twofold question. I would say this when it comes to picking out a woman. Me personally, I would want to pick somebody from my same culture.
Right.
Okay. Because I've known friends, and I have nothing against if my friend wants to marry a black woman. I have nothing against if my friend wants to marry a white woman. But me, from the outside looking in, they've always had problems, and I'll tell you why. Because of their cultural difference. I had a friend that was a Catholic, married a Jehovah's Witness. He loved her. But when it came time for Christmas, you know what she said? I don't believe in that. And he said, well, I don't believe in what you believe. And believe it or not, because of the way they were raised, it caused a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Okay. So with me, if I can build with a woman, you know, and this is what I tell my sons, if you make her better and she makes you better, you know, those are good qualities in a woman. You know, my thing is this, and I'm a firm believer in God. If she believes in God, then we're good. Okay. But another thing is this, and an older man taught me this. He said this, here's how you know you have the right woman. And I said, how was that? And he said, say that for some reason she had a medical condition, she went to the doctor, and the doctor said that she could no longer have sex anymore. Would you still marry her? Yeah. So if you love her, that doesn't even matter. Sex is just a bonus. You get a beautiful woman for the rest of your life.
And that's an old, now I'm going to cut you out, but that's an old saying, like around homies. And I've heard this from several veteranos is how you know if you really like that girl is, and sorry, but I'm going to say it, you know, before you see her, you know, jack off. And if you still want to see her after you're done, then you really wanted to hang out with her. But if you did it, it was just your fleshly desire that you just wanted to satisfy.
Damn, they threw that in there with Klecha, huh? Yeah. Hey, you know what? In most cases, let's be honest, it is true. It is true. This one girl told me this. I knew when my man loved me. And I was like, oh, God. She was a friend, so she opened up to me. She said, because she said, I've been with 4 guys. And the first 3 guys that I was with, every time they came, they got up and left and they had to leave. Every single time. When I finally got with the guy that I thought was real, after he came, he cuddled with me. And he loved me and he continued to, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, caress me. So, hey, man, you know what? There's good women out there, and there's still good women out there, and there's still good men out there.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's all I'm going to say. Now, as far as mistakes, you know, I've never attracted a woman that cheated on me or that was a liar. I've always attracted good, wholesome, married, if you will, what is that? Like wifey material women. Right. Yeah, so I don't attract, I'm just going to be honest, I don't attract hood rats, bro. You know, I've never have. And so I don't really have any past experience mistakes that I can share because I think I've always been good in going with my heart on those qualities that I've, you know, hopefully that answers your question, bro. So, shit, sound like a love doctor over here.
That's right.
Okay, here we go. Ask Marvelous to get more in depth on why we aren't supposed to eat seafood containing shells. So,
because those are literally the scavengers of the sea. Like they clean up the ocean. They literally eat the shit off the ground, and so that's what they're composed of. Literally, I mean, if you are what you eat. So when you eat that, you're literally eating the shit of the shit.
I mean, look, say you don't even eat seafood, okay? But we could say the same thing about a lot of shit because you got America, number one. If we're talking about health, you got America that is the most obese country in the world.
Yeah, I was just talking about that.
You know, we can go out to whether it be a swamp meet, whether it be a concert, whether it be a club, and 90% of the time you see people all unfit. It's just being real with you.
You're right. You're right.
You know, and I mean, I know we can worry about seafood, but cuando estás tragando una torta de carne asada con todo, and then you leave and buy some Takis and you fucking drink a Monster, and then at night kill a fucking 12-pack, and then you go to fucking Tom's to buy a hamburger special, and then you crash, but yeah, you're worried about seafood?
Yeah.
You know, okay. Got him. Okay. Why do they think about government trying to dumb down our society with music? No. What do you think about the government trying to dumb down our society with music, TV trends, etc.? Why should we take the time to self-educate ourselves? That's two questions. So the first one is, why do you think the government? You pretty much already answered that one.
Right.
Okay. It's pretty much to keep the people ignorant and them in charge of you.
Right.
Okay. And if they want to tell you anything that this is healthy, we go by that.
Yeah.
And they say this is a good movie because so-and-so's in it, we'll go over there.
Oh, we just did this study. This is good for you. Start eating this.
You know how we can fool people today? Go on the news, and the journalist will say, new studies show, and it's supposed to be truth. And most people will say, well, look, the news is saying it.
Yeah. So
let's go buy it.
Right.
Okay. It says, why should we take the time to educate ourselves? Because no girl wants to go out with a good-looking dumbass.
Back.
That's it. That's it. You know, you big dummy. The voice of Fred Sanford. Rest in peace. Okay, let's go. When is Marvelous starting his own YouTube channel? Let's talk about that and podcast.
This week.
Okay.
I have some of the top editing people on it right now. Yep. And we're shooting our first videos this week. So.
Yeah. I noticed Marvelous gets a little nervous in front of the camera, guys.
I do, man. I do. I'm not used to all this shit.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
We're going to make it happen. Okay, it says, when is he free for a tattoo appointment? How long is his waiting list?
I'm at a 2-month waiting list. I don't think that's that long, but hit me up anyways. If it's a fast enough tattoo that I could accomplish, you know, I'll squeeze you in somewhere in between. So just hit me up on my DM and I got you.
Okay. Ask Marvelous if he believes there is a afterlife once you die. Yeah. Is there afterlife once you die?
I don't believe that.
Okay. So what do you believe?
I believe that you come back. You go to your judgment, and that karma's placed on your seed, bro. Like,
so you believe reincarnation?
Reincarnation, yeah.
Okay. See, now, I this is for that one guy. Tony, what do you believe in? See, I don't believe that, but that doesn't mean, you know, I'm not going to talk to Marvelous anymore. He's fucking weird. I'm not going to do that, bro.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason why you believe that.
Right.
And if you looked into it and you studied it, maybe I haven't seen that yet.
Right.
So I have to respect that.
Right.
Okay. And it says, do either of you suffer PTSD? And if so, what do you do to ease it? I don't.
You don't?
PTSD?
Yeah.
No.
So PTSD will be the form of anything, of growing up in the barrio, of maybe your parents not having a good relationship, of maybe some form of addiction, or seeing just something traumatic shit. I know you probably have.
Yeah, but I have to say, honestly, Marvelous, that I don't suffer from any of that now. I have family members that do.
So let me ask you this then.
Okay.
Right? And I'm going to cut you off, bro. You're very cautious of how you live?
Yes.
Are you wary about places that you go?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes?
Sometimes.
That's a form.
Okay.
That's a form.
I guess I didn't see it as that.
Yeah.
I guess when I go in, I do scope it out. Fucking, you know, where's the quickest door to get the fuck out
There
of here?
you go.
Okay. But I guess when I read, do either of you suffer
Right.
from this? I guess I should have said I don't suffer from it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But I don't know. Do you suffer from any of that?
I don't think it's exactly like you said. I don't think it's suffering, but I know that I do most likely have that. And most of our people do have that. I'm sure they're up on game. The ones that don't, or that get caught lacking, are just people that just haven't been through shit.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, Marvelous, how we, and correct me if I'm wrong, we have done this to ourselves. Say that us four, we go to a sports bar and we're going to go watch a Raiders game.
Right.
Okay. We go in there and there's, let's just say, 200 people in there and everybody's drinking. The first thing we do is pretty much start scoping out the room and see maybe who might be the trouble.
Who's there? Yeah.
And the majority, 90% of the time, is all Raza, bro. And we have done that to ourselves, almost like instilled fear in ourselves that at any time, anything could fucking jump off between us instead of it all being all love.
And I'm before that, I'm even on it. I'm checking out the security guard.
Yeah.
Are they patting down? How well are they doing it?
Yeah.
If they ain't checking his shoes, they ain't checking mine.
Because if a guy's been there now for 3 or 4 hours, most likely he's all fucking pedo already, and he's either gonna get fucking beer balls, you know, or he's gonna walk around like he might be 5'7", walking like he's 6'3", and just start staring at you because you tatted down. I hate being around stuff like that, bro. That's why I'd rather just eat. I'll drink at home, you know. So, but we do that to ourselves. And why is that? I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
So, okay. But yeah, I'm sorry we couldn't help you with that. But because you used the word suffer, I don't suffer from any of that. And my condolences if you do, you know, but I just don't know how to fix something like that. What does Gonzafos mean to him? I have it tatted on my hand as a sign of respect, but I would like to see what his perspective on it. I've never heard Gonzafos.
Right.
Are you familiar with that?
Not really.
No, me neither. Are you familiar? Gonzafos. It's like Consafos. Gonzafos.
Oh, you're talking. Okay, I know what you're talking. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But I mean, people don't know about people like what you're talking about, homie. People don't know that. Like that's not part of our. I mean, homies weren't talking about that. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's
right.
only like, it's like a privilege thing to know certain shit, and like you don't disrespect the murals that are in the bottle. If you did write on something, or you know, the Virgin of whatever, you're gonna get your ass fucking handed to you.
Yeah. Okay. Here's another one. What do you guys think about the agenda against the Second Amendment and in general owning firearms?
I think we should all be able to own our firearms.
Yeah. I remember the police journalist asked Malcolm X. He says, "Are you going to tell your people to put down their arms?" And he says, "When your people put down your arms,
that's right.
I'll tell my people to put down their arms." So there it is. There. Okay. So let me see. What's your take on our people as indigenous men, not Hispanics or Latino, that think it's mainly an alpha to be able to drink a lot of alcohol? I don't even fucking understand that. Would you say that it's the exact opposite, or we as men should overdrink to be considered manly alpha male?
Never. I don't know. I don't understand
I really
that. I don't understand.
I'm going to read it again just to give you a chance, bro, because I really don't understand. What's your take on our people as indigenous men, not Hispanic or Latino, that think it's manly or alpha to be able to drink a lot of alcohol?
Right. There's nothing manly about that.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing manly about that. It says, would you say that it's the exact opposite, or we as men should overdrink to consider ourselves manly?
I could answer.
Go.
Okay, no. Well, I get it because I know a lot of people, you go and drink and they're like, oh, I could drink the most beer. And it just becomes a contest of who could drink the most beer, you know, and it seems like they're just like alpha male games. You know
so it could be like a machismo thing, really?
Yeah, there you go. Something like that.
Okay. I don't see it that way, bro. I see motherfuckers that are sitting there drinking and drinking and drinking.
Can't handle it.
And they fucking throw up everywhere, and they're still betas. So anyways. Okay, does Marvelous actually have university credentials? I believe one, the streets.
For real, no, I don't. So anybody that looks for their, the whole term of having your master's, look up where that term comes from, of having your master, and what master you're really representing, on who's saying that you should have, or you're good enough to have that degree. You could take any college course online. I did mine out of ELAC, PCC. You could study under any teacher, bro, or professor from a college. They have their curriculum online, which you could look at. Like for instance, Dr. Imoto Emir from Japan. You could look at several of them, and you're learning the same thing that they're learning, or equivalent to what you would be learning in college, without having to pay and be in debt, and not be able to buy a house, and not be able to. It's all a system. It's a systematic mindset of you thinking that you have to go to a college or a building to get your master's degree. So this so-called person, or this knowledgeable person, can say, oh, okay, you know what, you finally earned it. You're finally a slave. Thank you very much.
Let me ask a question. It's a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
Did Einstein go to college?
No.
No. Okay. But I'm not saying that we're all Einsteins.
And none of the smartest people did.
Right.
At all.
So what I am saying is, educate yourself. There's many ways on how to educate yourself. Okay. I educated myself. Of course, I had friends that I read with and I studied with, but I made the effort to do it, and I've known people, and I don't discourage anyone. So please don't think that we're trying to discourage you from going to school. But what I'm saying is I've known people that put themselves in debt to get their masters.
Right.
Then they get out, they get their job, and it's been years trying to get out of that debt.
Yeah. Facts.
So.
And then by that time, they're too old to even enjoy their life.
Enjoy, para disfrutar la vida. Yes, okay. Sup, Tony? Much love from Southeast San Diego. Ask Marvelous about the Bohemian Grove. We touched on that last time.
Yeah.
And Pizza Gate parties. If you want the Bohemian Grove, last episode on Conversation with Marvelous, and then Pizza Gate parties, we're not talking about a large pepperoni pizza. Obviously, we're talking about
Children.
So anything you want to touch on a little bit, just
so the whole Pizzagate thing, a lot of the people that are in Congress and senators and all this bullshit, and so-called ex-presidents or even now standing presidents are involved in that sex, children trafficking, and organ harvesting. There was a big indictment that went down a couple of years ago, and a lot of these people, if they want to look up the indictment, you can see it. They were part of Pizzagate. They went to Epstein Island. They indulged in sex trafficking and sex pedophilia, along with organ harvesting that they benefited off by selling children's organs online and benefiting off of the adrenal gland or adrenochrome by torturing these children and sacrificing them to a god they call Moloch, which is the short-eared owl.
Okay. And now I know from what we know, that they drink the blood from the children.
Right.
And is that supposed to be like their version of the fountain of youth?
Yeah, it'll literally stop your aging process, but it also heightens your chakras, and it's kind of like a key to pass through. Okay, so the pyramids, right? The pyramids were stargates. You can go from pyramid to pyramid. But you
teleporting.
Yeah, but you had to have that key. You have to have that enlightenment. You had to have your chakras all in line, in tune with that frequency to have that, to get through that portal.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Ask him a different question now. Ask him. Ask him if him and Robert, aka Loco, will ever be cool.
I didn't know we weren't cool.
Okay, that's the question.
If he says something, tell him to get at me. But as far as I know, that's the homie. Got nothing but love for him. I don't know if he's even out yet, but
okay. I got a question. How is it that the Bible is considered the book of God, yet people were the ones that wrote it? All those books in the Bible are accounts of people, which in all actuality is no different from the Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, all of which are series that hold their own particular subject as the Bible. Okay. I want to touch on that.
I know you did.
Okay.
Go for it, bro.
Oh, man. Okay.
I know. Follow the Lord of the Rings then.
Yeah, or follow Cat in the Hat. Mm-hmm. Okay. If you go to school, can you imagine me saying, what are you studying? Oh, I'm majoring in this. I'm majoring in that. You're reading books that man wrote? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right.
I don't deny that man wrote, okay, the scriptures. Okay, right. Let's just take Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Okay, these weren't people that heard these stories.
Right.
These were people that said, "I walked with Jesus, I ate with Jesus. I slept, in a group, the disciples of Jesus, and these were eyewitnesses." Okay, now let's talk about the Old Testament. And I'm just going to go with the 39 books, the 1611 King James version, not the one with the Apocrypha.
Right.
But I'll just take the 39 books. Okay. All those 39 books, and I believe it was June, I want to say 1967, when the shepherd boy threw a rock into the caves in Qumran. He heard a jar break. He went in there and he found all of these old parchments. When they were all opened up eventually, every book in the Bible was found except the book of Esther, which doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. They just haven't found it yet. The only one that was found in its entirety is the book of Isaiah that talks about the coming Messiah. Now, if you were to go to the Temple Institute in Jerusalem, it's all there. So if you understand Hebrew and you take King James Bible, you can go verse for verse, but even though they don't have verses and they don't have chapters, it's just one entire scroll, okay? That's what they found. And then when it comes to the New Testament that was written in Greek, there's fragments that have been found that date back, even the Old Testament, to the 1st century, the times of Christ. Okay, so if you don't know, look, I understand you want to ask these questions, but please, we live in a generation of information now where you can just Google this. You don't have to ask me or Marvelous. You can just Google this. But this book was inspired by God. Now, much love and my respect to my Muslim friends, okay? Once again, I said that these books were written by eyewitnesses, the people that actually saw these things happen. Okay, now, here you have Muhammad, and I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but this is a story that my Muslim friend told me. They say that Muhammad was illiterate, okay? He couldn't read or write.
Right.
But yet he goes into a cave, and the angel Gabriel goes in there and tells him that God has no son, but he's his messenger, okay? So he writes down on parchment or on leaf the entire Quran. Okay. Let's pause right there. With today's technology, do you think, Marvelous, that you can trace back your ancestors 100 years from now?
No.
No, right? And just for the sake of the question, I'm just going to continue to ask you 4 more questions. Do you think you can trace it back 200 years? 300? 400? Not even 500, right? You wouldn't be able to trace them. You know when the Quran was wrote, when Muhammad died? 500 years later.
Yeah. And you know what they called him? A prophet.
Yeah.
Prophet Muhammad.
Right.
What did he prophesy?
Well, it's in the Quran, bro. And my thing is this. Look, I'm not trying to knock anybody's faith.
Right.
But when somebody comes and says, "Oh, the Bible this," or how do you, I don't know who's asking this question.
Right.
All I know is somebody asked it, so I want to address it. That's all I'm going to say. But like I said, we live in a generation of information where you could just Google anything. But if you want to see the whole book of Isaiah and fragments of the Old Testament, you can go to Israel in the Temple Institute, and it's all there, pal. All right, let's move on. What is the symbolism behind the I hope I'm not pronouncing this wrong. It looks like Ku Klux Klan, but it's Ku Klux Klan. It's a snake pyramid in Mexico.
Oh, what is the what again? The definition?
What is the symbolism behind the snake pyramid in Mexico? It says the Ku Klux Klan or Ku Klux Klan or
yeah. Well, if he's talking about Huitzilopochtli and you know the essentially the Quetzalcoatl, which would be essentially to reclaim the land and redeem the people. I don't know if he's talking about that, or I don't know if he's talking about.
The word looks like Ku Klux Klan, bro, but
no, it's not.
I know that's not what it is.
Hit me up on my DM, bro, on my Instagram, and send me what you're talking about. You're probably getting it from a book.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to disrespect the question. I just don't know how to pronounce it, and I hate butchering.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like when I first started learning Hebrew and I found out how to pronounce like some of the names, like Jeremiah. Like I always wanted to name one of my kids Jeremiah, but when I found out how to pronounce it in Hebrew is Yirmiyahu, I'm not going to call him Yirmiyahu,
Yeah.
you know. So
Like my name, Danyahala.
there you go. Or like my son, Israel, but in Hebrew they don't have the I's. They'll use the Y. So it's Yisrael.
Yeah.
His middle name is John. In Hebrew, Yochanan.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm not gonna call Yochanan. Get over here. You know. But his name is John. So I try not to butcher names out of respect for the question and for what it is. Okay. How many of us have really found that firme Jaina?
Shit, I don't know.
According to Ernie G, he's still looking. And probably okay, let's keep it going. Can you ask him what's his thoughts of life, of afterlife, and does he believe we will see our family on the other side? Thanks, Tony. You kind of already touched that. Yeah. I guess wherever we go after we die, do you believe that you will see family members?
Well, see, that's the thing. You're not gonna remember this world.
Okay.
That's Scripture says that.
Okay.
And when you see a family member, you're not going to essentially know that they're a family member. You're not going to remember your mom as your mom or your grandma as your grandma. You know, we'll all be brothers and sisters, if you're part of that 144,000 that will make it.
Okay. And there's another one. Marvelous. I don't know. I'm going to try to pronounce it right. Marvelous. What is black goo or gold? GOO. Where does it come from?
Black goo?
Goo, to me, I would spell it GUE.
Is he talking about the tattoo ointment? Or I don't know what he's talking
What
about.
is black? Is GOO?
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
You got me, bro.
Yeah.
My bad. I
You
don't
know
know.
what? YouTube needs to start doing like voicemails. Like, you know how we do Instagram?
Yeah.
YouTube needs to start doing that.
Yeah.
Because I don't really know how to address that question.
Black.
The answer for that.
Go ahead.
Let me see.
It says black goo is a conspiracy theory revolving around a supposed demonic entity that is blamed for many paranormal events.
Damn, that's something I never heard before.
Yeah, me neither.
I never heard that, bro.
I thought goo was like some type of like grease you put on a
Yeah.
tornillo or
I know of the
something, you know?
tattoo ointment black goo, but I never heard about that, bro.
Yeah,
Man,
so
they
that-
put me up on some shit. Hit me up on my DM.
Yeah.
Put me up on game.
Okay. Somebody else said, tell Marvelous to look at it closely. So that's all he said. So yeah. Okay. Oh shit, I forgot. What did I? Damn, I just missed my place. Okay. Okay, let me find it real quick. Give me one quick second.
And people dropped a lot of questions, huh?
Yeah. Okay, where's the other one? Oh yeah. Ask him, is there any pride in being from a gang or going to prison?
Not going to prison at all. I mean, being from a neighborhood, yeah. If you respect that neighborhood as a real barrio,
Yeah.
not a gang thing, but you know, if you're from a righteous barrio and you want to protect your people, which essentially what barrios were formed, you know, to be against your oppressors, people that are oppressing you, people that were taking advantage of your communities, people that were pushing you out of your homes using gentrification, people that were formulating fictitious laws that incited only on your people, such as like the Pachucos, then yeah, I highly promote being from a righteous barrio.
Okay.
And not killing your own people, but
Right.
have the understanding of protecting your people.
And I'm glad you said protecting, because somebody would probably on purpose, you know, take your words and say, look, he's telling everybody to be from a gang.
Right.
You know, so that's not what you're saying. You're saying to protect.
Right.
Okay. Has Marvelous been to Mexico? And if so, what does he think about a lot of the people over there that doesn't respect Mexicans from here?
I still love them.
Yeah,
They're my
I still
people.
love them. You know, but the thing is, we're not the only people that suffer from that, because there's blacks here that when you got Africans that come from Africa, they don't like each other. And that's just a fact. You know, so yeah, so we ain't the only ones. So to Marvelous, just wanted to know, Rey de Oros taco truck, Whittier, still there?
On Whittier, I don't know, bro.
That's what he said.
I don't know. I go to Hatos right there on Olympic and Ferris. I think they're at
Okay.
Bomb.
Okay. Can Marvelous explain what he knows about the medication Seroquel?
Seroquel.
Yeah.
That shit's demonic.
Okay, because this is how bad is it?
That shit's super bad. I don't know if a lot of people take it in the streets, but you know they issue that as a psych med in the county, in the prison system. So Seroquel knock your ass on your ass.
So it like you said, it's a drug to, it's an anti, if you will, psychedelic drug. Is that what it is? Or I don't know if I'm wording it right. Is it to treat somebody that,
You know what? They issue it for various reasons. They'll
Okay.
even issue it for pain, they say. But Seroquel is that's a psychotic ass drug.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. What's Marvelous take on the book, Behold a Pale Horse? Okay. You want to touch on it first?
Go for it, bro. Go for it.
It's a big ass fucking thick book that you can use to hold open your fucking door. Okay, I read that book only for one reason, because somebody told me this guy names the Antichrist. After I read it, I didn't even give a damn what his name was, or what color socks, or what cologne he wears. You know, it's going to happen. I do believe that this person is actually even still alive now. I don't really care his name, but personally, me, it literally took me about a year and a half to read that damn book, because I was so bored. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Now, it literally took me months, when I say months, between 2 to 3 months to read all 66 books of the Bible, because I was so intrigued. This book, it was like watching a movie that I could, you know, when you fall asleep in the morning, then you wake up, you fall asleep 3 times and it's still on. That's how that book was to me.
Right.
That's just my opinion about the book. Maybe you found it intriguing.
So you know what's crazy? No, I didn't even read the whole book.
Okay.
But I've skimmed through like all the book though. But the Bible, I was gonna get into that. So you read the whole Bible, right?
Yes.
And you gone through the books, right? So you would come through your own perception of, like John 3:16, for God so loved the world, right?
Correct.
But if you study precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, and you go to the precept of that, of Mark, Luke, or John, or whatever, you'll come to a whole nother understanding. It's totally different.
Right.
And then it becomes, I mean, if that was the structure of the Bible of how you're supposed to study it, then the Bible will only be for specific people and not for the whole earth. Hence why there's the word world, a singular nation, the word worlds in the Bible, plural, all 18 nations, and the word earth, meaning every organic matter that God created. So, for God so loved the world is singular. What world he's talking about? The Israelites, it must be, right? They were his chosen people. Jesus, who was he born to? The tribe of Judah. The Judites, who were they? Hebrews, right? When Jesus turned the woman away from the well, depart from me, woman, I have not been sent unto you, but I have been sent unto my people to be a savior for their sins. Possessive pronoun, my people, not everybody. I'm sorry, but that's what Scripture says.
Right, I understand that. And publicly, I'm going to disagree with Marvelous.
Go for it.
But one day I just want to sit down and then we talk, because everything that he said, I will say this, Marvelous, everything that he said is in Scripture.
Right.
It is possible, and it's been proven, that throughout time, people study the Bible differently. Because when you say precept upon precept, I know what you're talking about, because I studied hermeneutics, and hermeneutics is the way how to interpret Scripture. Okay. And one day I would just like to sit down and go a little bit deeper and in depth and just share how I see those Scriptures.
Right.
But everything that you said, I'm going to say is publicly. Even though I disagree with that interpretation, everything that you said is scriptural.
Right.
Everything. So I don't disagree with the scriptures, but
you're saying that's not how you feel, right?
Of course.
Right.
That's just me.
Right.
That's just me. But I think that's what makes this conversation dope, is because we don't always have to see eye to eye.
Right. Facts.
We can be looking at a football game and say, my team should have won because of this. And then you say, no, my team was just better. And you know what? We can still have a toast and be friends. It doesn't matter. But that's the beauty about having conversations like this, is that people can say we can agree to disagree.
Yeah, just as long as you know I'm right.
Yes, exactly. See? Okay. Give him a hand clap. Give him a hand clap. Okay. All right. Tony, this is for you, but if there is such a thing as selling your soul for the fame, let me go ahead and comment on that, and then I'll tell you what group she mentioned. Okay. I believe it's a she. Okay. And it says, Tony, this is for you, but is there such a thing as selling your soul for the fame? Okay. Now, back again, according to Scripture, Jesus goes into the wilderness for 40 days, 40 nights. Okay. One interpretation or one account of the Gospels, because three of those Gospels have the same account, but they all give something different. They all say he went into the wilderness 40 days, but someone will add a little bit more. Some will say when he became hungry, he was tempted by the devil.
Right.
Another one would say he was tempted by the devil for 40 days. Okay. Now, he said that he was tempted by the devil, and I'm only going to give one temptation. And it said that the devil pretty much just said this. I'll tell you what. Here's what I'm going to do.
Give you everything.
Yeah. If you bow down and worship me, I will give you everything, because it has been given unto me. And then Jesus goes on and say, get thee behind me, Satan. Okay. Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. That's what he said. I believe you can sell your soul. You know. Now, what are the proper steps? Is there a contract? I don't know. I don't know.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
Nah. Go for it.
Okay. So, do I believe that there's groups out there? I believe there's individuals. I believe there's people out there. As a whole, as a whole group, because the question was, do you think NWA did that? Okay. Now, I will say this. I could speak on one individual. I cannot say this about anybody else. Maybe Dr. Dre. But I will say this about Eazy-E. Between his index and his thumb here in Chinese lettering, he had 666. That I know because I asked him, unless he lied to me. But it was Chinese lettering. And if you notice, when NWA pretty much dissolved and it was just him, his rap got dark. It was really not gangster anymore.
Right.
It got really dark.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at his offspring, if you will, Bone Thugs. You know,
Look at all the shit they were saying.
It got dark.
Yeah.
Okay, now, I asked Jerry Heller this question about Easy. Again, whether this is true or not, this is what Jerry told me. There was a rumor that Easy had 666 on his chest. So I asked Jerry, is that true? And he said yes. Okay. Did he sell his soul to the devil? I don't know. But are some of the signs there? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to Dr. Dre. I was in a documentary, I think it's called Compton Kings. I'm not from Compton, but we're talking about Dr. Dre and NWA and everybody.
Yeah.
That was the only documentary that Steve Yano was actually in. It had Lonzo, had Arabian Prince, it had me, and it had a bunch of other people, Sir Jinx. And Lonzo said this, and you guys can Google this. Everything that I'm giving them is public knowledge. That Dre told him, and I've had Lonzo here, the leader, if you will, or the group label owner from the World Class Wrecking Crew. I had him here twice. And on that documentary, he said, Dre told me, I'll sell my soul to the devil for $1 million. He goes, and I know, and Lonzo says this, and I know the devil's got a receipt somewhere. Is that true? I don't know. Okay. So is it possible? Yeah, I believe it is possible that a person can sell their soul to the devil. And you know what? I do believe that there is a devil, and the devil doesn't give a shit about you. You know, you claim you could be talented, you're going to be around forever, you can make a deal, and he'll have you taken out next fucking week. As long as you can make one song that can influence an entire generation, he'll find one just like you. Anything you want to add on that?
You said everything I was probably going to say, except where I was a part of a documentary.
And they'll kill you off, and make more money off you.
Yeah, kill you off, make more money, more streams.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what Marv think about CERN?
CERN?
CERN.
It's, oh, go for it. What were you going to say?
No. I barely know a little bit about it.
Yeah.
About CERN.
Well, yeah, CERN is real. You know,
Okay.
I mean, I believe in it. For people that don't know what CERN is, I mean, CERN is a manipulation of weather. You know, I mean, it goes along with everything, with HARP, with Agenda 21. All these agendas coincide to make this one event that is gonna happen prevalent to everybody's. You know, that's gonna be watching in the sky and shit. Like having you astral project through the frequency that's being emitted to you through your 5G or your smart devices and shit. Through projecting something that bounces off of the firmament that you might think is a fucking UFO, but it's too high up that you have no understanding if it's real or not. There's a gang of shit.
Okay. This is an interesting question, okay? And again, we may look at it different, but this is what makes it exciting. It says, how old is the Earth? And how long has man been here?
Right.
Okay. This is just me. And from my little study, do I have a book that I can take you to? No, but this is just me. Okay. I believe, and I know I'm going to sound crazy, I believe because scientists lately have been finding the more they dig that this is a young Earth. And when I say young, I'm going to say this. If I base my opinion, if you will, on the Bible, I go through the genealogies from the very beginning till the end.
Right.
And it gives us approximately, and I say approximately because I don't have an exact number, that man has been here on this earth about 7,000 years.
Right.
That's just my opinion. One thing that I've never understood or never got, when you go to a museum and you see a dinosaur and they'll say, that was 75 billion years ago.
Right.
I'm like, bro, how in the fuck? Well, it's carbon dating, yes, but scientists know that carbon dating is not an exact science.
Right.
They only say carbon dating when it benefits them.
Yeah.
I think that whenever they don't know, they'll just fucking add another zero.
25 million years old. This is fucking so many light years away.
Yeah.
All that bullshit. Sorry, my bad, bro. But to touch on the CERN thing, because I was thinking about it. But there's so much I want to get into that, and that's like a whole fucking lecture on the shit. But that portal's already open, For those that want to see it, you have to go to maybe north of United States. Like if you could travel up north towards Washington, towards Alaska area, and you get a telescope. And I do recommend a telescope that is an older one, maybe from the 90s or early 2000, not the ones that have the microchip in them. And you want to look maybe in or around near where the sun is at. You'll see that portal that has been opened, which they call Nibiru, and that's what they call a planet, but it's literally a planet or portal that's open.
Okay. Now, as far as, do you have anything you want to add to old Earth, young Earth?
No, it's. I have the same answer you have, bro.
Okay.
And it's a biblical answer.
Yes. Okay, let's go. Let me see. It says to both gentlemen, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Go ahead.
In 10 years?
Yeah.
Man, you know what? I really can't answer that, bro. And it's not that I don't have an answer, because I do have an answer, but I don't want to manifest that answer. If you know, I don't know, I can't say it, but I don't want to manifest that answer. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do right now while I'm here. Good.
Well, that's a good answer. Let me say this. In 10 years, I would be 64 years old.
Damn.
Okay. 64 years old. I'll be retired. I'll be definitely be off the grid, off of social media, like I've said before. But you'll probably catch me giving tours at the Natural History Museum, because that's where I want to get a job, or work at a library. And I'm going to tell you why, because I really, truly do believe that if we're ever going to have somewhat of a better world or a better generation, we need to educate the children. So I want to be in those places where kids come and we educate them properly. I'm going to be that old dude that be like, hey, kid, right there it says 25 billion years ago. They're lying to you. That's what I'm going to be saying. But educate them at least in the right direction.
Right.
And I love books, so I would like to be in a library part-time.
Wow.
That's what I wanted. And still going to the gym. So, and being financially content. Not necessarily rich, because I consider myself rich right now.
Right.
You know, but content. And I've always said that, pretty much echoing what you said, that before I'm done and I slip into eternity, everything that I was meant to do, I mission complete. So that's me. Okay, does Marvelous Inc. watch the show Ancient Aliens?
Yeah, I've seen some episodes of that.
Okay.
It's dope.
Somebody put, and we're talking about space aliens, Tony. Because one time I was buzzed, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, and it came out naturally. Somebody asked me, "Do you believe in aliens?" And I said, "Aliens," and I go, "Okay, you're talking about the ones here or the ones up there?"
Yeah.
And somebody got mad that I said that.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean it like that, but I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Anyways, it went over some people's heads. But anyways, ask Marvelous this question, or I'm unsubscribing. Just kidding.
Nah.
For real though, how can we, the listeners, believe that what you say after you were so gullible to believe in Iron Jacket?
Nah. Okay, I didn't believe in Iron Jacket. That's the thing.
I never heard you say that.
Yeah, I don't even know who started that. This gentleman introduced himself to me, came to me. I didn't believe in him, but the knowledge that he did know from the Lakota member that he did get it from was valid. That is true.
Okay.
That's true. But him as the person, as being from the barrio he claimed to be, I didn't believe that. Him as being an indigenous person of our lineage, I definitely did not believe that, because I questioned him repeatedly the first time I did meet him and he was in my pad. You know, I had just my discernment of it was like, hell nah, this nah. So everything I came at him with, and that's another thing why I definitely didn't believe him. So you can't say that I believed him or I was gullible in any way. I wasn't gullible in any way. Everybody got fooled. Everybody for the people that watched this video, you know, it was so uplifting and empowering to our people to see this person that came out of nowhere that really wears this regalia and all this and that. Like he looked like he was out of a fucking time machine.
Yeah.
And shit. You know, the way he spoke. But if you really listen to how he really talks, he's that white kid from Florida. You know, he doesn't have that accent. He doesn't talk like that. Like, oh wait, I don't know how to pronounce this word. Nah, motherfucker. Like, you know how to talk, only better than me.
Right.
So, yeah, I wasn't gullible in any way. I questioned everything that any one of you would have questioned if he was in your pad. you know?
If you had to guess, and maybe I'm asking this for the fans' sake, not necessarily for me, because we've already spoken on it, and I already know what your answer is.
Right.
But if you were to guess, why do you think he did that? Like, why do you think he felt that he had to hide? Do you think he just loved the culture so much that he wanted to be a part of it? I think you would have respected that if he just said, I'm a white kid, bro, but I love this culture.
Yeah.
You know, and I know people from this tribe, and I studied it. I think you would have possibly maybe admired him for loving the culture.
Yeah.
Or at least looked at him a little bit different.
Yeah.
But why do you think is the word perpetrator a good word, or...
I think, yeah, but people don't know they're perpetrating until they get so far into the thing where they can't go back anymore. And I think he came so far into making a certain amount of people believing that's who he was, that now he had to do it. Now he had to kind of like start living that way, which he wasn't. Now he tried to have that diet where he was telling everybody to eat, but he's not eating that at his pad. He might have tried it,
right,
or, you know, but who knows what this man is really eating except for the women that stayed with him in that pad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
From what you know of, or from what he told you, because I know you knew him personally.
Right.
How long was he living like that lifestyle, dressing like that, talking like that?
He said he lived like that for several years, you know, and it wasn't always like that. He said, you know, he was just trying to come back to the way we're supposed to be living. And I understood that, you know, by knowing, you know, the ways of the Chichimeca, by knowing the ways of the Lakota, and many North American Indians, too, that live similar ways on the res, you know. But there's nobody living like that, bro, where they're fucking straight hunting on the land, you know, and gutting their own, and making their own weapons and shit like that. Come on. And his wife exposed the shit out of him.
She did?
Yeah, she exposed where they ordered their shit from. You know, they went to the butcher and got or not to the butcher, but they would go like to the pound or wherever and get these dead animals and act like they killed them. They didn't kill nobody. Like, they didn't kill nothing. Like, they put this there and they made a video around it, like if he was like shooting an arrow at the shit. Like, that's just fake.
Like, he would do that to the sea people to make them think that he really lived like that?
Yeah.
Or was he financially ripping them off?
That too, bro. You can't go somewhere to a store and buy a little knife and all of a sudden you know what? Let me make this out of clay, and here I'm gonna name it for you, and I'm gonna call this Tony Vision Ox Man of the Wild or whatever, and then fucking present this to you, and because you believe so much in me, you're gonna believe that this is a fucking artifact, and you're gonna give me $1,200 for it. Right. Like, that shit's ridiculous.
Right. I mean,
and even if I didn't believe that, I'm gonna feel a just cause and the respect that, you know what, I should give this guy some money.
Right. It could be like me doing this. Somebody bless me with these.
Yeah.
Like, I do this. Okay.
Right.
It could be like, can he do something like this, or would he do something like this? This was my great grandfather, and every time you blow, his spirit comes out, and I'm giving it to you.
Damn, you're good.
I'm just freestyling, bro. Because like, I would think that that's the kind of stuff that he would do. Like, if people believed him.
Paint yourself all in red now.
Yeah.
And be half naked with your blue eyes.
Halloween, it's around the corner. Anyways, all right, let's move on. The next question is, ask Marvelous, why does he believe we dream? Why does he believe we dream?
My answer is going to be biblically. I believe we dream because that's our connection to source, which comes from our pineal gland, which is our connection to God, to the Most High, that gives us our dream visions, which us as a Mexica people are. I mean, I can't literally say, sorry, but we can't literally say we're part of Mexica unless you know what tribe, or you could trace your lineage back a certain amount of generations. But I'm just saying, for anybody that associates themselves with being Mexica or thereof would be like Inca or Maya or whatever, our dream visions became our prophecy, you know?
Okay.
And the reading of stars by using cenotes and the stretching of our ears with our first vision, you know, that all comes into play. And all those, you know, like the Bible's put together through dream visions. A lot of dream visions of the I'm talking about the prophecy part.
Okay.
You know, so I mean, that's what I believe they come from, you know?
Okay.
God.
Because I know...
It's like your telephone.
Okay, there's a story, and I'm trying to remember. I believe it was in the book of Exodus when they set up the tabernacle. Moses and his brother Aaron, which was the first high priest, and then the sister Miriam, or Maraim, who was a woman, a prophetess, okay?
Right.
According to the scriptures, one day they had a problem with Moses, so God calls him, so he meets all three of them. So he speaks to Aaron, his brother, and then he speaks to his sister. And he said this, and I'm only sharing this because he's sharing how he speaks to people. He says, if there is a prophet among you, I will speak to you through a vision or through a dream. That's what he said. So God is telling us that he can speak to us through a vision or a dream.
Right.
But he said this, which I thought was beautiful. He said, but not so with my prophet Moses. I speak to him face to face.
Right. Moshe.
That's amazing to be able to speak to God face to face. So now, okay, I believe that God can speak to us through dreams. Do I believe that every dream has a meaning? No. But I do believe that many dreams do have some meanings behind them.
Right.
Do you believe that every dream has a meaning?
I actually do believe that every
Okay.
dream does have a meaning because of the
Okay.
frequency that's being emitted to you. Whether it's if you're, on dope or whatever, then it will be demonic dream, and it will be, part of your path of where you're headed to. If you're seeing demons or having nightmares and shit, yeah, that's the dream state that you're gonna be in. That is also essentially a vision.
Okay. Sometimes when I have bad dreams, I just thought it was the bowl of chili that I had the night before.
Probably, bro.
So, okay, this one's kind of a long one, so please bear with me. We're trying to get to all of them. It says, question, and I know you already kind of touched on this, but this guy was so nice. So he said, question to you both. Question to you both. If we die, we go to heaven or hell? That's the question.
Right.
But in the beginning, God created man and woman to live perfect here on earth where there was no sin or death until they disobeyed him. Question leading to this would be, why when we die, we go to heaven or hell when God ends up having his day of destruction? Wouldn't he want us here on earth to live in paradise earth like how he created his first man and woman? Y'all thoughts, please. My name is Noah from San Antonio, Texas. Okay. To me, the way he's explaining it, the first thought that I got that he's a Jehovah's Witness. Because I've studied the writings of Charles Taze Russell, who is pretty much the guy who started the whole Jehovah's Witness. It's only that religion is only about 100 years old, or a little bit over, and they changed a lot of the words. And I think it's called New Translation of the Holy Scriptures. They don't call it the Bible, but the New Translation of the Holy Scriptures, and they changed a lot of words. And if they never give credit to who wrote that book. Now, I'm not saying he's a Jehovah's Witness, but that's what it sounded like to me. Obviously, you said that we come back, so that kind of eliminates, do we go to heaven or hell?
And hell is a Eurocentric mindset. It has nothing to do with the Bible.
Okay.
So there's a lake of fire, which the abominations will go to.
Okay.
There's no hell for people to say you go murder somebody.
Okay.
You're not going to go to hell.
Okay.
You're going to go to your judgment. And then you're going to be that karma's gonna
Is there a heaven?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a heaven for a G?
I hope so, motherfucker. Nah.
Okay, here we go. We, the human people, want to know the meaning of life and what's our purpose on this planet. Yeah, I'm going to give it to you real quick.
Tell them, homie.
Look, my thing is this. Okay, once again, if you believe like I believe in the scriptures, okay, and only because I believe that it's been proven that these writings are real. God didn't create us to be saved. He didn't create us to be saved. He created us to be his children. This world was perfect, and it wasn't until man disobeyed.
Right.
Okay. My purpose is, when I say that when I leave this earth, I plan to leave everything fulfilled. I had a caller the other day that said, Tony, if you had a question for the Creator, what would it be? And that question was, to the Creator would be, what would you have me to do?
Yeah.
Okay. And it still is.
Yeah.
What would you have me to do? And even though I wouldn't want to do it, I would do it.
Right.
Okay. Let me give you three examples of three people that didn't want to do it. Jeremiah, and he said, I was too young. And God said, I will put my words in your mouth and you will go forth. Okay. Moses, I'm not going. I can't even talk right. I'll send your brother with you.
Yeah, and he sent him still.
Jonah, I want you to go to Nineveh, and I'm going to Tarsus.
Yeah. The
Okay.
whale ate him.
Now, in the Bible, nobody wanted to be prophets because you would be considered an outcast. You were God's mouthpiece here on earth, and you would look at it. If that prophecy didn't come true, what would happen? You would be stoned. You would be killed.
Yeah.
If you say by tomorrow, this time, this is going to happen, and it doesn't, you're dead. Okay. Today, there's people lining up to be prophets. You know why? Because there's profit in it.
Wow.
Nobody's going to get stoned to death
Put that on
today.
a shirt.
Put that on the shirt. Exactly.
Shit.
My purpose is this. I can only answer from my perspective. Whatever God has me to do, that I would do it. And maybe I might not want to do it, but I would do it. And for me, that's my purpose, bro. You know, because one thing that I want to hear that whenever I see him is welcome and enter into the joy of the Lord.
That's
Well
right.
done, thy good and faithful servant.
Marvelous Inc. is to the right.
Yes,
Upstairs.
exactly. Over there. He's over there. You're going to see his placazo right there, homie.
That's right.
So anything you want to touch on that or?
Nah, you did it, bro. You did a
Okay.
good job.
All good. Okay. What y'all think about Beyonce's pics of her sitting on a horse, all colors like from Revelation? I looked it up and I didn't see all colors.
Pale horse.
Yeah, I saw a pale horse, and that's what the Antichrist is supposed to ride in on. If I'm correct.
She got her body done. All sick, huh?
Yeah. So, look, you know what's funny? It's that there's a guy named Aleister Crowley who ordained Anton LaVey, who opened up the Church of Satan, I believe, in 1967 in San Francisco. Anton LaVey ordained Marilyn Manson. As a matter of fact, when we had Gil Carrillo here, he actually even said on Freaky Tales that when they brought Richard Ramirez to trial, some of Anton LaVey's followers showed up to support the Night Stalker.
Wow.
Okay, but now, the Black Pope, Aleister Crowley, he came up with a quote, "Do what thou wilt." It was like one of his commandments. It's just kind of like we have God's moral law of the
Right.
10 Commandments.
Yep.
His commandments, do what thou wilt.
Right.
Look, it's been known that guys like Jay-Z and Beyonce wear those shirts.
Yeah.
In other words, do whatever the hell you want. And that's what they live. It's almost like a life without morals.
Right.
Plus, many of them believe that they are gods.
Right.
So I don't think much of them other than, I don't know. Just, I don't think it'll end good for a person living that kind of lifestyle, thinking that you are going to be able to get away with doing what you're doing and deceiving many people and thinking that it's okay to live a life of possibly without morals. Jay-Z said this in a song, or I think it might be, he said this in a song that life will be better without the church. That's what he was saying. Pretty much saying without God or without the Bible. Okay, so I'm not a big Jay-Z fan. That's besides those words. I'm not a big Beyonce fan, but I just think that they dabble a lot with shit that you shouldn't be dabbling with.
Facts.
That's all, bro. Did you see that picture?
Yeah, I see
Okay.
it.
Any thoughts on that?
I think they're disgusting.
Okay. They're so poor, all they have is money. I would rather be rich in spirit. Okay, let's go. Now, this is a funny one, okay? Ese chaparro is fooling everyone, including you, Tony.
Wow.
Come on, wake up, Tony.
Wake up, man.
Yes, exactly. And you're the one yawning, okay? Making...
My bad, homie. I got up early, man.
It's all good.
I got up early. Shit.
It's all good. It says, making you look dumb every time you bring him on, okay? Shoot, somebody was calling. Get out of here. Okay.
They want those phone calls.
Yeah. Every time you bring him on the show. And to all the stupid people paying attention to this guy. Remember he said that. To all the stupid people paying attention to this guy and calling him smart, that's because they really don't know nothing about knowledge of life. But they have to pick up the books and read. But anyways, I just laugh every time he opens his mouth. That's why I watch the show. You just finished saying...
What the hell?
What's his name? Give him a shout out. I love that
JR
dude.
on YouTube.
What is it?
JR.
JR. You're down, fool.
On YouTube.
I love that shit. We should sit down sometime. Hit me up.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, all the stupid people paying attention.
Fucking crazy.
He called them stupid, and then he says, that's why I watch.
Yeah. What the fuck? That shit fucked up my head.
Yeah. So, all right, let's go. To Marvelous, do you have any real evidence that everything you talk about is real? There's a lot of shit you talk about. How
It's right here, bro. Wait, hold on. Yes. If you want to sit down with me and you want to learn about the fucking flat earth, come to my pad, homie. Like, anybody can hit me up. I answer my fucking phone. You want to come and really have a conversation about this shit? Like, it would be a full-on lecture. A full-on lecture, and I can't waste Tony's time or the podcast time on just that one subject. I'm sure everybody doesn't want to know about that specific subject, whether it's flat earth, whether it's biblical history, whether it's cultura, whether it's gang fucking life, or you want to know about politics shit. Hey, let's talk about it. Hit me up on a personal level and we could talk about it. Shit, I'm down with it. And even if I'm wrong, hey, prove me wrong. You know, study about it. I'm not right here saying believe the fucking shit that I say. I'm not saying that you have to believe the shit that I say. I'm saying you go look this shit up. You don't gotta believe me, Junior. But go read some shit before you make a stupid comment that's only gonna make yourself look ignorant as fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let's sit down and we can have a conversation. I'm respectful. You know what I mean? And I expect you to present yourself the same way. And yeah, let's get this conversation started then.
Okay.
You know?
Here's another one. It says he put serious serious question, okay. ¿Qué creen que fue primero el huevo o la gallina? What came first, the chicken or the egg? The chicken. That's all I'm going to say. All right, question on original Hebrews being black. Abraham was the first Hebrew from Ur of Chaldea. Okay. Modern day Syria. Syria has no recorded history of blacks inhabitants. So Abraham the Syrian, the father of us, was not recorded as a man of color. Your thoughts? I have to agree with you.
On what?
I have to, okay, number one, that he was from the Ur of Chaldeans. He was the first Hebrew.
Right.
I don't believe that he was a black man.
Okay.
So
here's what we have to get, and the Raza, and I was just talking about this. This is where Raza gets mad at me.
Okay.
Okay. And this is where black people, will just say the black people that are in the United States, we're not going to call them African Americans. We're not going to use all these terms that were placed on us by the indoctrinational system. Okay, we're not even going to use, and I'm going to bring up a word right now, use the term black.
Right.
It's not black. You either contain melanin or you do not contain melanin. Yes, the first Hebrews were melanated people, not
agree.
Black. But to use these terms now, it separates nations of people. So there's blacks in Puerto Rico. There's black people in Colombia, Cuba, Mexico, El Salvador, Guatemala, fucking all these so-called Hispanic or Latino, why? You either contain melanation or not. You know, and that differs by the pheno of the woman that's being introduced into the seed that comes from the man. You either get lighter or you get darker, and depending on the region of the climate that you're introduced to by your migration, you know, so it could differ. You could be like, I asked people to give them a great example. What nationality or ethnicity was what's his name? The reggae singer.
Bob Marley?
Bob Marley. What was his ethnicity, right? Mm-hmm. What would you say, bro?
Okay, well, from what I know, his mother was black and his dad was white.
Okay, so what does that make him?
Black white man.
Okay, that makes him a white man.
Okay, yeah, but because of his father.
Right, but he only gets the pheno, not the blood from his mom,
right.
The pheno from the mother.
Yes.
That's it. He's still of his father's seed. He is a white man.
Very true.
So a lot of people, most of them, the majority of black people, and that's why I want to have this, we could talk about this. Let's talk about this shit then.
Yeah.
The majority of black people are not from Africa here. They're not from the tribe of Ham. They're not from Kemet. They're not. You know, a lot of them were, and there were North American Indians too. Some of them were more North American Indians too. A good amount of them were.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of them are migration. Like I said, you know, it depends where you're at. You can't just say, oh, I'm African American, or I'm black, or I'm brown, or I'm fucking white. You don't even know what the shit you are. You don't know what you are.
Right.
Like, you know, how many fathers of a generation of your fathers can you track back? You can't.
Well, we talked about that. Yeah.
Some of our people, like he wants to say, oh, Mexicans or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
There's some of our race that are mixed with Spaniards. Yeah. I mean, I guess that would essentially make them kind of white, right?
Right.
Like whatever. Like maybe they act more stuck up than regular humble Mexican people.
Right.
Or raza. You know, a real person that's a raza or of indigenous bloodline is a humble ass motherfucker.
Correct.
We have that understanding of where we come from, the barrios. The first thing we do when we welcome you into our home, we break bread with you.
Absolutely.
You ate, mijo. Do you want something to drink, mijo? Like, what do you need? Can I help you? You need a ride? No, I don't want you walking that late. Let me give you a ride.
Right.
We're those people. We plant seeds. We love plant life, and we love animals. We don't take.
We give.
And so yeah, we give.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow. You know what?
Man, fucking slap these motherfuckers, homie.
I love that. That's why I was smiling at you, because I agree with you.
Real.
Yeah. I was trying to imagine my face on yours right now. Like, you know. Anyways, Norbert, do me a favor. Give me 2 beers in the Clamato, por favor.
Norbees.
Do you want a beer, bro?
No, I'm good, bro.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
It's gluten free.
I'll really fucking
Okay.
get into this shit.
Okay, here's another one. And then after this, we're just going to take phone calls, okay? Because I still have like 1, 2.
That's right. Gracias for everybody that's tapped in. I appreciate you. All my
As soon as we
respect.
do, take that screenshot, okay? Okay. All right, here we go. Las dos y el clamato, por favor.
Norby's.
All right, everybody. First and foremost, gracias, Tony A. Respects to both of you and Marvelous. What does he think about this dude on TikTok that goes by the Tokyo Traveler? I've never heard of him. I just seen some of his TikTok videos, and he talks about Mexico, Aztec, and other indigenous tribes and other people. See if he can look at it before he goes on tonight, so he can give us a feedback.
Damn.
Gracias, much respect and blessings. Sorry, my brother, I didn't look him up.
Yeah, me neither.
The
My bad,
Tokyo
homie.
Traveler. Okay.
Tokyo Traveler.
Let me see. I think we've come to the. Let me see. One question. Okay. No, I think that was it. That was the last question. Yeah. Go for it, Alex. Hit it, Alex.
All right, hold on. Hold on. Oh, well, he doesn't have it pulled up yet.
Oh, Norbert, you're slipping.
All right.
Norby's.
All right. First, Omar Azus. He says, "Why don't we have a Latino governor in California?"
Oh, that's a good question.
He dropped $2.
Thank you for those 2 top ramens. So, yes, bro. Why? I don't know.
Top ramens are $1 now? They used to be 10 cents.
I think they're like 2 or 4 for $1, aren't they?
Damn.
Okay. There's another one by Jesse Drakes. $4.99. It says Tyrique is one of those cats that can't be racist because he's not white. Can't Raza get a piece of the pie too? This is a question. He dropped $4.99.
Can Raza get a piece of the pie too? I
don't
really
know.
don't
I
understand
don't
the
get-
question, bro, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So my apologies, but I don't understand the
Because
question.
they're saying that they created everything. That they're the inventors of everything.
Yeah, I know.
What happened?
So
Órale.
yeah, I just I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to say that. That's why I like to ask, where do you get your information from?
Right.
You know, not but saying that, I'm not saying we are the inventors or the creators of everything. I'm not saying that either. But I just can't sit there and say and agree with you when you're just talking and you're not showing any facts on where you got your information from. So that's my thing. I don't know. You want to add to that?
Right. No, I would like to sit down with them and let's have this conversation
Okay.
where we could talk about all the findings of this information and talk about, all this stuff, because this is our land, bro.
Okay.
Okay, I have another one from Roberto Hernandez. He dropped $5 and he says, "Soy fiel." That's all he wanted to say. So shout out to him for dropping the money. Also, Ralph707 said, "Hey Tony, do you believe would you bring Clear Bear back to have a conversation with Marvelous?"
Yes.
And he dropped $20.
Yeah, I had Clear Bear here. I keep saying Care Bear, but Clear Bear, I had him here twice. And then somebody wanted to fucking smut his name up, and they were spreading fucking false shit about him on the internet. They got his whole fucking page taken down. He was modeling, he was doing all kinds of stuff, and then all of a sudden, it's always that when our people start doing good, many times, not all the time, but many times, it's our people that want to bring them down. So one thing, Marvelous, I'm going to say this. As a podcaster now for 3 years, not as a professional, but as a guy that's still learning, is that when you start, if you will, climbing the ladder, or your subscribers and your viewers start going up on the YouTube world, expect haters to come from fucking everywhere, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Expect it. And that's to all you podcasters also. You need to expect that, because they will fucking come after you. Even if they find the old report card from the 6th grade where you had all Fs, don't go public with that.
Yep.
Where you ran the mile in 7 minutes because you were a slow fat fuck, they'll even go public with that.
Yep.
They'll bring out anything, bro. Even if they had your old calzones full of mierda, they'll even bring he left these at my house, 2 years ago.
Yep.
So I'm just letting you know, expect all that. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and connect this.
I got a few more.
Oh,
Man.
go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay, Brandon Mesa dropped 199. He says shout out to Pockets and how Pockets. Shout out to Pockets and how he a talented artist. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
And,
But you, as long as you read it.
Yeah, and then also 2 more people dropped Hand for Letters dropped $2. He says, Marvelous, what are the 13 higher realms?
The 13 higher realms are the heavens, bro, or above the firmament. They're frequencies or levels that they're heavens, bro.
Right. You know, I want to give a shout out first and foremost to everybody on the live chat because we just hit 1K. Okay. And we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. You know, the last time that we had 1K on the live chat, believe it or not, was well over a year, and we had B-Real here from Cypress Hill.
Dope.
So we want to thank everybody because this show would not be possible if it wasn't for you guys. So we want to thank you guys. You know, we truly, truly are blessed by you watching us. You know, so once again,
I appreciate
thank
you guys.
Okay,
Absolutely.
And,
Go ahead.
There's a name called Agenda Tony 1.
That's dope. Agenda 21.
It said Tony 1.
Tony one.
Agenda Tony 1. He dropped $2. He said, why do IE fools work at Sephora at the mall?
Sephora at them. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Are those the guys with the makeup?
Yeah, I don't even know what Sephora is.
Come on, bro. Oh, shit. Anyways, all right. Let's keep it pushing. Let's go ahead and take the calls now, bro.
All right, I'll put the number up.
Go ahead and put the number, and if you got the balls, make the calls. Once again, if any of you guys got something to ask the Marvelous, please don't waste your time.
Give me less than a minute.
Yes. Okay. Okay. How does Tony know? I don't know. Tony knows what. Okay. So, all right. He went to go take a liquiazo. So give us 1 second, and you know.
I had a sneeze.
Oh, he had a sneeze.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, that shit's funny.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and put. Come on, calls. Let's go. If you got the balls, make the calls. Am I connected, Alex? You see me on there? Okay, cool. Let me see. All right. A ver. Let's see. We got a caller. Let's go. Oh, okay. Okay. Caller, your name or where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, man? My name is Juan, calling from Orange County.
What's up, Juan?
What's up, guys? I just want to, I got a little PSA real quick, man. I want to say that, you know, everybody that always calls, they always got like the TV in the background. Like, hey, you guys got to turn that shit off, dude. Like,
Thank
it's
you.
common sense, man. Just like turn it off, bro. Like, turn it off. Every time somebody calls, they always got the sound in the background. Like, man, it's annoying already, man. Like, just turn it off.
Thank you. Thank you for
That's
that.
it, man. That's all I got to say. Another thing, too, real quick. I was going to ask, oh, yeah, Marvelous. Hey, so do you believe in Jesus Christ, or how does that work? Because you believe in, like, the native stuff. Like, how does that work?
So what I believe in and what I show people, you know, when I talk about our cultura, is that prophecy and that biblical story and stuff is that the story of our people. That's what it is. And the real names of, like, when I bring out the names of, you know, stuff in the Bible and stuff, like the Jesus isn't that's not the name of the real Messiah. That's his name is Yahawashai. If you want to, like, translate the Hebrew writings or the writings that were written in Aramaic, like, I show the truth in the things that I'm talking about. Like, I'm not the names, bro. What we're talking about, or the migration story, or the Holy Tabernacle. That's our story. You know what? What's your name, bro? Juan, hit me up on my DM on Instagram, and I'm gonna share some books with you, bro, and I'll also share some good videos with you, bro, where you could have an understanding. Because like I said, I'll get into a big old lecture about this, but I'm gonna shoot you some information, and then on our next call in and tell me your findings. I mean, for sure you could hit me up and tell me beforehand, but call in and tell the whole world what I shared with you. You could tell them if I showed you was factual or not, bro. I would like to do that.
All right, for sure.
You. I appreciate
good, man.
I appreciate
you,
homie.
Night.
You too, homie.
All right.
Thank you.
All good.
I should have said that a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, aquí estamos. Here we go. Caller, your name or where you calling from?
Hello?
Yes. Your name or where you calling from?
Oh, name's Luis.
What's up, Luis? Where you calling from?
Roseville.
From where?
Roseville.
Roseville?
Roseville. Okay, let's go with Roseville. What's called, bro? You got a question, brother?
Question. Yeah, one for Tony, one for Marvelous. Hey, Tony, I see you always sipping on something, bro. What is that you're sipping on?
Okay, look at. People always ask me. This is a cheap tequila called Espelon. You know what? I first went to go do Dr. Green Thumb's podcast with Be Real. They had it there, and they were making drinks with it. So I just asked, "Can I have a shot?" And they said, "Yeah." Everybody always mixes it with something, so I went ahead and took a shot, and I liked it. And I went to the store. I went to Bevmo, and they got it like for $24-$25, and I got used to it. And I love the artwork on it. It's pretty dope artwork. So I'm hoping Espelon watches this so they can fucking sponsor me because we drink it on the show all the time. And then a lot of people like micheladas, but I like making, clamato con limón and un modelo. Sometimes I throw tapatio and tajino in it. So that's it, bro. Hopefully that helps.
Tony, you bought this because it's you like the artwork, Tony?
No, I like the way it tastes, but I like the artwork también.
Tony, you're cheap, Tony.
I am.
You're cheap, Tony.
I am. But I will say this. I think this tastes better than Patron.
All right.
Right, you guys? Yeah. So.
They agree with you because they work for you, homie.
Exactly. They better.
Hey, Patron is overrated.
I do think it is now. So. Anyways, caller, you got a question for Marvelous? Hopefully that helped you.
Simon, I got a question. Hey, bro, so you said that the last time that someone told me that originally, right, that old man, that the earth was flat. Since that guy that you ran into, has there been another time where, like, someone has, like, for lack of better words, made you look up on the research to see if it was true or not? Like, the other guy kind of got you. Has there been another time since then that you realized that you kind of had a point?
Just like everybody questions me, bro, about the people. You know what? People have come back at me with some good ass information, right? Some good ass information, but it still wasn't good enough to make me have a change of heart, bro. Actually, a lot of them that came at it with me when I had my chance to have that rebuttal, they actually became flat earthers. And I hate to say that because you can't see it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was the biggest one to question this shit for years. This was the hardest thing. People want to say it's a conspiracy theory. This is the one that I had the hardest time dealing with for years, bro, until recently, some years ago, where I finally had to accept that what I believe in, homie, what I firmly believe in, bro. Like, I stand on this shit 100. So yeah, like I don't ever get a chance to I wish we could have maybe we could just have one episode or whatever where you're able to show everything that I'm talking about. You could have a split screen, right, and we could show everything what I'm talking about, talk about refraction. I could show you videos of the sun going around like I showed the editing team. Right. Where you're able to see this from and just everything that I talk about so people could really see, right, you know what I mean? I could break it down.
I mean, look, I don't believe in the flat earth, but I'm not going to sit here and say that my brother's crazy. There's a reason why he believes that, okay? I mean, you know what? People don't believe in the flat earth, but have a flat chest. Go to the gym 24 hours, now it's memberships. So anyway, yeah, that's right. Keep some push-ups. All right, my brother, got to let you go. We got a lot of
questions. All right, now, good looking out. Shout out to Tony H. Shout out to Marvelous, man. You have a good night.
Gracias, homie.
Okay, we out of here. Let's go. Caller, let's go. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller.
Hello.
Yes, your name and where you calling from?
Hey, this is Edgar. I'm coming out of Napa Valley. Been calling before. I've been listening in. I actually have a question for both of you.
Okay.
So, if I can ask you, Tony.
Yes.
So, I grew up listening to a lot of the whole Chicano rap scene and checking it out, listening to a lot of, or whatever, quote unquote, Chicano rap, whatever. Do you feel, because you were involved in the industry for a long time, do you feel that it is like how the mainstream rap and the hip hop and stuff like that, and how, the selling the soul, the homosexuality, that agenda that they push, do you feel that for us Raza, even I feel like we're
spotlighted right now at this moment. You know, even with the music industry, we kind of like everyone's feeling it. You know,
Yes.
with the Mexican stuff. And do you feel like that is healthy for us? Do you feel like that is a good move for us to even go like mainstream that way, knowing that these fools play like that?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to share something to you that a guy that I know, let me say it this way, a guy that I've been knowing for about 10 years,
Okay.
he's a homosexual. He's been open with me about his lifestyle. And the reason why I bring that up, I will never say his name, but he said this, and I understand what he meant. He said, in today's day and age, if you want to sell records, if you want to win Grammys, if you want to get nominated, go gay.
Yeah.
This is what...
Yeah, I think I actually heard that from the other podcast when I was listening, you mentioning that.
You know,
that's so true.
And I asked
everything
him,
you read and everything.
You know, I asked him why, and then he named every one of them that has been nominated.
Damn.
And he had a point, and this is coming from a gay man. So, you know, one thing I will want to say in his defense, because he told me this, not all homosexuals see eye to eye. You know, we all think, because they're a part of the whole rainbow coalition, that they're all the same. They're not, man. A lot of them see things a lot different. So I have to respect them. Yeah. You know, but it's not a good look, bro. It's not a good look. So anyway.
Yeah, I just feel like with the whole rise of us, like with the music, and especially, I mean, even with the whole Tyga situation and stuff. I mean, they're touching on us because there's some interest in us. You know, there's something going on there. And
Absolutely.
so, like, even, like, I mean, I understand the money and the fame and how rappers try to push towards trying to do bigger for the Raza, you know. And sometimes that vision can be not appropriate, and not might be the right one, you know. But it's just that pride, you know. It's understandable. Yeah. So I just kind of, you know, wanted to touch. What would you think, Marvelous? How do you think about the situation?
I think we're chosen. We're the chosen people. So. You know, we have to be a part of that because we produce the most higher frequency.
No, I think his question is, do you think that we should go the route of the mainstream?
Oh, hell no.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to make sure.
Music industry wise, I mean, you are right on that one. I feel you on that one too. Just like the whole music industry wise, like
that's
for sure. Like
for you.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, for you to make it, you got to get naked.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
hey, bro. There's
nuts
a movie.
Nuts to butts.
Look. Yes, nuts to butts. Okay. Here's the crazy part. There's a movie on Netflix, and it's called Hollywood. Look it up. It's crazy. I don't even know why. Honestly, they were given the right to make it because they literally make it seem like in order for you to make it in Hollywood, and I'm only referring to this series, okay, that you have to be gay. And it's a story of it's a story about that one actor, that one of the first known actors that died of AIDS. What's his name? You guys know him.
Ronald Reagan's friend, right?
I'm trying to remember, but look it up on Netflix. It's called Hollywood. Okay, and this is
is it more like subliminal, or is it like, you know how they always play with their whole subliminal type of thing?
We're talking about it straight out. Like you walk in, you sit down. Rock Hudson. It's a story of Rock Hudson. And he was one of the first guys that came out and pretty much said he was homosexual, and he died of AIDS. Okay, but in this series, they're like very, very bold about it, bro. So that's what tripped me out. Like, oh wow, bro, you're pretty much snitching on yourself. You know, so
yeah.
Oh well. Yeah. All right, brother. Thank you for the call,
man. Crazy how they play like that. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, buenas noches for both of you. Much love.
Have a blessed one. Okay, let's go, callers. Let's go. Okay. Nuts to butts. Wow. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
My name's Gonzilla. I'm calling from Gilroy.
Wait, say that again?
I'm from Gilroy, Florida capital.
Oh, Kilroy. And your name was?
Gilroy.
Gonzilla.
I'm sorry, Godzilla?
No, Gunzilla.
Oh,
like Gonzalez, but Gunzilla.
Oh, okay. Gunzilla. Oh, that's dope. What's good, my brother? You got a question?
My question was, I have a couple, or two, for Marvelous. First one is in our history, when it comes down to people's preference, sex preference, like lesbians and homosexuals, like Like, what's up with that? Is it something that's legit to where we've always had homosexuals and lesbians in our society throughout time?
No, we haven't. So, and I'll say it like this. Maybe, I mean, I can't answer this like, let me see. I could answer it factual, but then it's not factual at the same time. If you understand what I'm saying, and let me explain why. Because I'm able to say, no, we weren't, but there might have been people that maybe were curious or whatever, and maybe they wanted to try something out, and I'm sure they didn't like it. You know what I mean? If it says exit only, it must be an exit only. But the other thing is that chemicals being introduced into our water filtration system and into our food, our plant life that comes from the Salinas Valley, being watered with a chemical called atrazine. And if that's able to remove the testosterone from men and the estrogen from women, making men more feminine and women more manly, doesn't that play a major role in how our kids are gonna grow up to be? Along with all the visuals.
Along those lines.
Along with all the visuals.
Yeah, I was exactly along those lines. I believe that shit myself.
That they're seeing.
It's been a transformation of our people.
And music.
The chemicals.
And the frequency that's embedded in that music that's being introduced into our pineal gland, making us act a certain way, right? And the males being removed into the households and the minority areas that are placed into projects. Women are being introduced to Section 8 where the male is removed from the household in order to have that housing. Then how manly are we going to be able to have our males be? Not man enough, right?
Well, with this
exactly
this generation, it's sad that we're looking at men being stripped from their masculinity.
Right.
You know, there's men today that wearing clothing that we would have only have seen on women.
Right. Man bags. Who the fuck? That's a purse, homie. It's not a man bag. There's no such thing as a man bag.
A satchel.
A satchel.
I know. There was
a fanny pack.
You know what? I was so uncomfortable because I went to, this was a friend. Went to his friend's house, and his son had a purse. And I looked at him and I said, because I could talk to him like this, hey, bro, you let your son have a purse? And I could tell, bro, that he got pissed off with me. He goes, how is that different from a backpack? And I said, that is not a backpack.
Is it on his back?
No, it wasn't on his back. So he was carrying it like
crazy,
you know. So that's all I'm going to say. I know some people probably get mad at me because I'm saying that. I just, you know what? I'm not going to be walking on eggshells, bro. People have commented, oh, Tony and Marvelous feel like they're walking. I'm not going to be walking on eggshells. If we are walking on eggshells, you know what? Then our First Amendment, our freedom of speech, has been taken away from us. All under the amendment of you have offended me. So
my second thing was for Tony A. Like, I super appreciate the fact that you grew up when you did and you met the people that you did during the time that you did.
Yes.
You experienced such an amazing lifeline to experience everything that you have, to have met those people and to have had an impact on those people, and to be where you are now is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I give you nothing but fucking props, Tony A. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Marvelous. I'm going to send you a message because I want some more knowledge, but for sure, I thank you both. Continue on with the show. I will be watching.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much.
Let's go. Thank you for that. You know what? And when somebody blesses me with those kind of words, I always like to say this, that I met somebody like Steve Yano, which I always like to give credit to. It was because of him that he introduced me to the right people. So, caller, your name or where are you calling from?
My name is Gabriel, and I'm from the Valle in Fillmore.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? You got a question?
What's up? I had a question for Marvelous Inc.
What's going on,
the
bro?
The question was, what are the hierarchy of values? What do your hierarchy of value consist of?
What do my hierarchy of values consist of?
Do you have values that are in a hierarchy? Like, do you have, like, let's say your most valued concept of the intelligence or physical attributes? What would you believe is your most valued?
You sound a little muffled, bro. If you could speak a little bit closer to your phone, because you sound really muffled.
It's cool. I heard the question, bro. I'll answer real quick, but I think I understood what you're saying, bro. Of course, my moral system the moral system in any family is very very detrimental to the foundation of the person or the character that your child's going to be raised to be, or myself. You know what I mean? I think I had the privilege of being raised and taken away by my grandfather that fought for me and adopted, to be raised by an older gentleman that believed in older values, as well as my dad, and getting that whole foundation built with the whole prison system and the whole gang shit that I got involved in or whatever. But he brought the whole streets, the whole street etiquette into my moral system as well, with the respect on how you conduct yourself as a man. So I think that that's a big attribute in any person, and especially with humbleness and compassion for other people and the shit that you go through, having a how do you say it? Having a certain outlook or just compassion for how a person is raised. I have an understanding that Tony was raised in a barrio. I have an understanding that you might have been raised without having food at a certain time, or maybe your parents weren't able to buy you certain shit. So I have an understanding where you come from or how you feel about things when you answer a question, or if you look me in my eyes while you're shaking my hand. I have that understand that you have a good moral system. Now, if you don't, and you're conducting yourself a certain way, then I already know where the conversation's gonna go. I already know that more than likely we're not gonna be friends. I know more than likely that I probably shouldn't be around you, bro, because of the way you conduct yourself. Now, when it comes to teaching people this shit, they don't know what constructive criticism is. They feel some type of way on, oh, well, you think you're better than me, or well, you think this and that, and it's not that. It's not that. You should take advice, apply it to your life, like my grandfather taught me. You take anything from everybody and anybody and apply that to your life, whether they're rich or poor, and so you become better in yours. And that's what I do, bro. So I think morals and etiquette is a big part of the foundation or the person that you're going to grow to be. Sorry for the rant.
No, it's all good. You answered the question. Was that, hey, bro? Hopefully, he answered your question.
Yes, he answered the question. That was a good response. Thank you for the response.
Thank you, sir. You have a blessed night, man. Okay, let's keep it pushing. Okay. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up? It's Jaden calling from Sacramento.
What's up, my brother?
And
how you
I
doing?
wanted to ask Marvelous if, when it comes to movies like They Live, The Matrix, do you think the higher ups are allowing, like, why are they showing you what's going on?
Because in their law setting, bro, they have to show you. They have to show you so you could agree to it, because there's a seal on our bloodline. And what I'm saying about this, and it goes back to history, the indigenous bloodline has a seal that you can't just come and harm me. I have to invite you, like a bad spirit. A bad spirit can't come into your home unless you open that door to it. So all these things can't happen to us unless they show us and we invite that, like the fear mongering of this whole outbreak or whatever is going on right now. You have to invite that into your spirit, and that shit will affect you. It's the part of witchcraft. I mean, it is. You
know what's funny? I grew up watching horror movies. Okay?
Right.
And one of the Dracula stories is this, that a vampire or Dracula cannot enter into your house unless you invite him.
Fact.
So they kind of let us know beforehand a long time ago, in a different manner, but I get it. And I had one guy that I used to work with that he always tell us, they release the truth in movies. I never believed that before. And I'm going to tell you why I believe that now. Because later on, when it actually does come to life and they actually do it in front of our face, it's the norm because we've already seen it.
Desensitizing.
Yes, exactly. Caller, hope that answers your question.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's keep it pushing. We got like 10 more minutes. Let's go. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
My name is Daniel, calling out of Santa Paula, 805.
What's up, Daniel? How you doing, man?
I just had a question of yourself. I had a question for whoever wants to answer. What are the benefits of CMOS? And I heard if you take too much of it, it could be like not so good.
Okay, you're talking about CMOS, right?
Yeah, CMOS. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what. Wednesday, I'm gonna have the guy here who sells it.
Who what?
Who sells it?
I do too.
Okay. So I'll let you answer. But Wednesday, I want you to call back because we're gonna have calls with him, and you can answer. You can ask that question. But this is the guy who sells it. So
that's dope. Yeah. So it has
Okay.
Oh, go. My bad. Go for it, bro. Or do you want me to answer it? Let me answer it. So yeah, it has most of them. It has most of the minerals that your body or the human body, an alkaline body, is composed of. So it's very beneficial. Instead of searching out a certain ingredient in a vegetable or a fruit, you have it all in one. You know, and yeah, I think. I mean, I don't know where the studies on if you drink too much or you eat too much of it, where it's bad for you. But I guess too much of certain things are bad for you if you do consume all that. You know. Our body does need certain things, or shouldn't get us an overflow of a certain amount of things. I mean, I should say, but I don't know, bro. I can't say that for sure because I haven't studied on that, bro. Too much of that will make you sick, or if it's bad for you or not. But yeah, it is beneficial to you because yeah, it makes up what the human body's or an alkaline is composed of.
Yeah. I was doing some research on it, but I mean, it's hard to believe some stuff on the internet because, I mean, you'll search up like, hey, is coffee good for you? And they'll give you like a whole paragraph why it's good for you. And then you'll look it up and it'll say, is coffee bad for you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
like
it's bad for
they're
you.
going like on both sides of the arguments, you know? Like, oh, you're right and you're right, you know?
Yeah.
you know what's crazy, bro, is that I've looked up a lot of symptoms that I've had throughout the years on Google, and I was supposed to be dying the next year.
Oh shit.
Hey, WebMD.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna be dying. I have, cancer in the liver. I have cancer in this. I have cancer.
Well, too much of anything is bad for you.
Well, too much of toxic highness are bad for you. So, anyways,
Well, fuck it.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Lo que caiga, perro.
let's go. I hope that answers your question, bro. We gotta go. We got a couple of more minutes. We gotta take some more phone calls.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
got
bro.
it. Let's go. But yeah, I'm gonna have a guy here that's a big time advocate for CMOS. So here we go. Caller, your name, where you calling from? Caller, don't hang up on me. Caller, your name, where you calling from?
Eric, Walnut Park.
Baldwin Park. What's good, my brother?
All right, how you guys doing? I got a question for Marvelous.
Oh, what's going on, bro?
How you doing? Yeah, so obviously drinking water from plastic bottles is a bad idea. What do you think is a better alternative? You think like getting water from the water stores in Garrafón is better?
I think that any water that is being sold to us is bad, essentially bad for us, bro, in every way. The only water that is beneficial to us is a water from a natural spring.
What about this water?
That is flowing.
Bad?
Oh, man.
It's gluten free.
Yeah, but the water that you should be drinking, bro, that has a pure alkaline level or pure electrolytes is running water. It has to be moving. If the dams if the dams and the turbines weren't spinning the water in the dam, there would be no energy. And it's the same thing. It has to be flowing. It can't be stagnant. When it's stagnant, there is no electrical current.
How about when they add alkaline to the water?
How about when you shut the hell up? Nah. Nah. Nah, but when, for real though, all that adding shit, that does nothing, or it's not beneficial. I mean, alkaline does kill acidics, or, it does kill fluoride, and chemicals like atrazine cannot live in an alkaline state, but who knows unless you're doing the studies, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what we just found out tonight too? That Marvelous has a sense of humor, and that's good.
I do.
Yeah, the more you laugh, you live longer. So even if you think we're not funny, just laugh at us anyway, you'll live longer.
For real.
So thank you, caller. Greatly appreciate you, homie.
Appreciate it.
Let's go. We got 5 more minutes. Let's see. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Hey, buenas noches. I'm Mo calling from Anáhuac.
Calling from where?
Anáhuac.
Okay.
It's a joke, brother. I'm calling from Frisco, Anáhuac. Homeboy Marvelous should know.
No. You know what?
Yeah.
I've heard that before. I just wanted to make sure that's what you said.
You didn't know, man. Come on, okay, go ahead, sir.
You know what? You got a great sense of humor. Let's give my hand clap.
What's in this?
Yeah.
I'm just playing, bro.
Go ahead, my
Yeah, the
brother.
homeboy Marvin just kicked it off with a sense of humor, so I wanted to piggyback off of that, man.
What's going on, bro?
And anyway, a couple questions for you, dog. One is, have we been able to break through the firmament?
No.
Okay. The second question is, and I'm not throwing shade on you, dog, but I'm curious. The second question is, I heard you speak earlier about the 13, or somebody posted the question about the 13 heavens or something like that. How will we know that if we haven't been able to break through the firmament? You get what I'm saying?
Right. I get exactly what you're saying. And because those are frequencies, and I believe in our prophecy, bro, that is aligned with the scripture. That's where I get that. So the prophecy, I mean, all those prophecies have come true, and that's why I have a hard time not believing it. You know, so I mean, that's why I believe in it, bro. Obviously, I haven't gone up there. Obviously, I really do not know, but I know that prophecy is factual. I know that the scriptures and where it comes from, that's factual. So I'm basing my answer on that, bro.
All good. All good. Hopefully that answer. Oh, okay, well, he hung up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he hung up.
Hey, thank you for calling, homie. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Caller, your name or where are you calling from?
Hey, what up, G? This is Big Chris coming out of the city of El Monte.
Monte in the building.
Marvelous.
Is that Cricket? That's
right.
Is that Cricket Javier?
Right there from Maravilla. Just watching your show live, G. Hey, my boys. All I gotta say, I don't have no questions for you or anything, but all I want to say is like, gracias, because you're educating the Raza. You know, when we grew up back in the days, Be Smart was kind of being corny, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
And you doing what you're doing, bro, and being a real one. I think it opens up the gates and opens up doors to a lot of us to be able to, you know, find that, you know, higher power and all that we used to be clowned on, you know?
Yeah.
So, more than anything, my boy, I just want to say gracias. Keep doing what you're doing. Tony A, you're a legend.
Thank you,
down
my
the street from Tony G right here, where Boys in the Hood, all that shit, Easy Speed Down the Hood and all that.
Hell yeah.
Right here in the city of El Monte. But, you know, just want to give love, G. And if anything, I was going to ask you one thing. I want to get tatted up, G. I want to get I want to get my daughter's name tatted on me, but she wants to be there. It's all good. We'll set something up, and you know.
Yeah, in fact, hit me up, bro. I appreciate all the words that you just told me, homie. I appreciate you, dog. I said nothing but my love and respect.
Nah, G, like you don't even know, bro. Like what you're doing is like it really is helping out like us, our people.
Gracias.
And what you're doing is something special, bro.
Thank you,
so
man.
I appreciate you, bro, and you know, it's all love from the city of El Monte, my boy.
Thank you, homie. Appreciate you, dog.
All right, Tony. Yeah, you have a good night too, G. Don't drink too much.
Yes. Have a blessed night, Carnal. Thank you. I'm drinking moving, flowing water. Okay, here we go. Caller, your name or where are you calling from?
Denise from Orange County.
How you doing?
Hi, Tony. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good right now. You have a question for us?
Good. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have a question for Marvelous. I want to say hi to Marvelous. He did my Jiminy Cricket tattoo. Denise from Orange County.
Hi, Denise. How you doing?
Hi. I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. I send my love and respect to
Hey,
you.
Marvelous. Right on. Same to you. I had a question for you, Marv.
Mm-hmm.
How do you take water out of your... No, I'm just kidding.
How to what?
I'm just kidding. I said, how do you take water out of your ear?
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
shit.
Okay, so my question is, you say that, you know, we take more of our dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
How come people come out looking like their moms?
Not take more of our dad, but you're the seed of your father. The pheno that you get comes from your mother. That's why you look like your mother most of the time.
Oh, okay. What is it called from your dad? The
Gino.
Gino.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look up Gino and pheno. If you need some books, hit me up on my DM and I'll send you some books that you could read up on it. And yeah, it's no disrespect to women either. A lot of women feel some type of way when I talk about this, like, you know, because we all grow up in the indoctrinational system where the school tells us that we're all mixed, so you can never find your tribe. you will never know who you are. Because there's 5% of this, 10% of that. And it's for a reason they don't want you to know who you are. So we don't come back to our rituals that we do. So we don't come back to our prayer system that we do. So we don't sing the songs that we do. So we don't grow out our piochlis like we used to do, our warrior braids that heightens our frequency through our chakras. So we don't do none of that stuff. It's all that's why they used to shave our heads when they put us in these camps and the systematic thing. They took away our regalia. They took away everything that we used to do. We were whipped. We were hung on trees, just like black people.
What a trip, huh?
You know, all that was done to us. You know, we went into our captivity. You know, before the Atlantic slave trade. You know, it's crazy.
So you don't believe in sending your DNA into that ancestry?
Never. That's a lie.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a trip.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
All right.
Thank you.
All
for
right,
your
guys.
question. No,
Nice podcast tonight, Tony.
Thank you.
Hats off to you, and God bless you guys both. Okay.
God bless. Bye bye. You know, one thing, Marvelous, you said about shaving off the hair. It's funny because the first thing they did to Samson was what? They shaved off his locks. They shaved his braids.
Power.
Yes. Caller, your name or where are you calling from?
Carlos from Vegas.
Carlos from where?
Vegas?
Okay. How you doing, Carlos? You got a question?
Yeah, my question is for Marvelous.
Yes.
Shoot it.
Yeah, the question is about the Olmec and the Mexica. From what I heard or from what I know, Mexica traveled from up north down south, and they landed on the Olmec pyramid. And I would like to learn more about that. Where would I look for? What books can I read to learn about this?
Bro, DM me right now. What's your name?
Carlos.
Carlos, if you have me on Instagram, send me a message right now, and I'll shoot you all that information right now, bro.
I'm gonna post the link to your Instagram right here.
Yeah, post it up.
Okay. All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And 28, like your podcast, man.
Message me right now, bro, if you can. I appreciate you too, homie.
Thank you. I mean, a lot of times people ask you questions that they want short answers for, but you can't.
Yeah, man,
You
I
can't.
hate that.
You can't.
If I did give them a short answer, they're gonna come with another question because that doesn't answer the.
Yes.
the
Caller,
the
your name, where are you calling from?
Oh, hey, what's up, man? I've been trying to get on for a minute. My name is Jesse Drex. I'm a tattoo in Vegas.
Hey, what's up, Jesse? How you doing, man? You got a question?
Oh, yeah, bro. I actually want to clarify my super chat from earlier. I'm the one that put Tyrique, and he'd be the kind of cat who he says that he's not racist because he's not white. It's just some shit that like racist motherfuckers say.
It's a cop out.
It's like, oh, I can't be racist. That's a white man's thing. Like, I can't be racist. Look at my skin, type of shit like that. So
I know.
It's just more on that level. And yeah, I was just like, why can't I get a piece of pie? Because it seems like we're getting a lot of hate. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like trying to keep a motherfucker down. It's like, oh, we're all in the same boat.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like what the fuck, dog? Like we're all standing in the same line, trying to get bread and shit. Don't try to push me down, and try and get a fucking plate ahead of me and then keep me where I'm at. It's like you're doing the same shit that, gabachos are doing, that they've been doing to people like us,
Yes. No, I have to agree with you, bro. You know what? And for him to say, I'm black, I can't be racist, bro, to me, that's a fucking cop-out, bro. To me, like...
Oh, yeah.
Like I would say, where do you get that from? That's like saying that you're a spokesman for all black people, that black people cannot be racist because they're black. You know what? You're not the mouthpiece for all black people, and black people will agree with me on that.
Facts. I was just I'm sorry, bro. I was just tattooing, and we'll just say brothers.
Yeah.
And there were two different times this weekend, and I shared that video, that clip, all that shit, and they were furious. who in the F is this
Exactly, bro.
whoop and all this and that, and he don't speak for me, homie. You know what I mean? And you might whoop and all this and that. You know what I mean? And these are active ass dudes. You know,
dudes from the streets, bro.
Dudes from the streets. You know what I mean? Oh well, he probably didn't grow up in the hood. Oh well, he probably this and that. It's probably true. You know, who knows if he did or not? You know?
Yeah.
I heard that he hasn't. You know what I mean?
Well.
Yeah, definitely. It's just weird, man. Like, we should be looking at each other as equals, you know? We're all trying to get a piece of the pie. It's like, don't try to put a motherfucker down, you know what I'm saying?
No, but
this is weird, man.
He is trying to put people down, bro, because he's quick to call somebody a racist, but he doesn't look at himself like that. That's why. I'm asking him, if maybe this podcast is not up to par with him, but you know what? I would love to invite him to sit down with my co-host right here and fuck it, let's chop it up. But
that would be cool. That would be dope, man.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, if that shit reaches his ears. Just like, I don't know, man. It's like a weird ass agenda too, with like fucking what that fool Adam 22 and his fucking bullshit. That I don't know, man. Like it seems like a weird ass setup, man. You know, like that dude has a big platform and shit. He's not really giving the Raza the fucking a chance to express themselves correctly or in person. You know, giving a motherfucker like the respect is like you're over here trying to fucking put somebody in a certain light, but you're not gonna be in the same fucking room trying to clarify the situation and shit.
Right.
And then you're saying just slick shit, just slick shit like the fucking the Mexican fools that are fucking like mowing my lawn or giving me side eyes or some shit like that. It's like what the fuck, bro? Like, why is that even necessary? You know what I mean? Like, don't be saying little dumb shit like that, trying to fucking be slick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know, bro. I know exactly what you're saying. So, all good, bro.
But you know what, bro? I'm sorry, Tony.
No,
my bad. But you know what? We're not gonna do what they're expecting us to do, and to be immature about it. We're gonna knock all this down and destroy the ignorance with knowledge, bro. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, right.
So, that's it.
I'll feel you, man. Yeah, for sure.
All right, Cardinal. Thank you, bro. Greatly appreciate you calling in.
Oh, yeah. No, man. Yeah, have a good one, man. For sure.
Right. Okay, let's go. We're going to take 2 more phone calls, and that's it. 2 more. Calling your name or where you calling from?
This is Joseph calling from Lakewood.
What's up, Joseph? How you doing, man? You have a question?
Yeah, man, I'm doing great, man. I have 2 questions. The first one would be, I guess both of you guys can answer this. I heard this theory recently. I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it. What are you guys' thoughts on the theory that UFOs are actually time travelers?
Well, first and foremost, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe in UFOs. I want to believe only for the simple fact that my father's no longer here, but he raised me believing UFOs, Bigfoot, and every other humanoids, every other thing. So my thing is this. In my opinion, there's not enough proof. There's a lot of books. There's a lot of podcasts. There's a lot of radio stations. There's a lot of people with testimonies talking about they've seen it. Bro, all I see is a picture of a hubcap that somebody threw in the midair and somebody took a picture with a Polaroid. That's not good enough for me, bro. So I'm probably the wrong person to ask that. I just do not believe in UFOs, but I do believe in demons that are the principal power of the air. That's what I believe in. Marvelous. That's all I'm going to say. I don't believe in actually Martians. So.
Okay.
Marvelous.
Okay. So I know UFOs to be military aircraft. That's what I know. Where did they get that technology? Of course, from the fallen angels. That's always going to be my answer. That's where that technology resides. Man, as soon as we wake up as a people, bro, and like say, you rush the Arctic Circle and you go against you're able to go against all the military. As a matter of fact, Russia just defected from their treaty that they were involved in with the Arctic Circle and you being able to go there. So they're going against that whole thing and recruiting a massive army for a big old war that's supposed to happen or whatever. And that's the whole conspiracy of the Great Reset, how we end up getting nuked and they just reset, and that's how they always stay in power because they keep redoing this shit. And that so many generations don't get to learn about this knowledge because by the time they find out or the time we're awakening, like right now, they reset it again.
I have to agree with everything you said, bro. As far as the military and the fallen angels, I have to agree with everything you said. So, Hopefully that answers your question, caller.
Sure.
I appreciate you, homie.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. And the second question, for Tony, I was curious, are you ever gonna have Mega Man back on the podcast?
Mega Man, what happened to Mega Man?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him.
He messaged me, but I don't know.
You know what, bro? Like, I don't know. Like, I've had him here on Dining with the Wizard. I had him here on Roadium Radio. I've had him on Drinking with the Wizard. Probably not. But yeah, that's it. Like, I got
You know
everything.
what? He's always busy though.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and speak for him. He always says he's doing something or busy with something.
Like,
so
really busy.
I know he's a real busy dude.
And I know he's going to be busy with his new podcast. So it's going to be hard to get him in here. But like, since I had him here 3 times, it's kind of hard to get something new out of a person.
Oh.
So you kind of just wait for a long time and then kind of bring them in. That's all I'm going to say. So, all right, brother.
Shout out to
Okay, man. I respect
the
that,
homie.
man.
All right, let's go. Mega Man probably had him call. Anyways, one more phone call and we're out of here. Okay, let's go. Caller, your name and where you calling from? You are our last caller.
Hey, this is Jacob calling from Sin City.
Sin City. Jacob.
Yeah.
Can
I have a
ask
question for
something?
Marvelous.
Hold on, Jacob. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Since you
for
said,
Marvelous,
hold on, Jacob.
Oh, my God.
You said Jacob from Sin City. Since you called from Sin City, do
Yeah.
you enjoy sinning?
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Everybody enjoys sinning, bro. Everybody.
Hell no.
All right, go ahead.
You
Go
already
ahead,
know what kind of.
go ahead brother.
Yeah. No, but when did you get into the truth of the scriptures, and then did you hear about it from a certain group, or like from like a one Westerner or and stuff like that?
So I was raised Catholic. I used to be an altar boy for years, bro. I had to go to Catholic school. My grandparents were real strict on that. So I did my whole communion, my confirmation, all that stuff. I believed in all the idols that you worship and you pray to, and you wait for the Virgin Mary to drop that tear that she always has falling off her face. To go tell your confessions to the priest. I did all that and then some, bro. I seen the priest smoking.
Right.
I seen the priest getting drunk on
Drinking,
wine.
yeah.
I see the priest do a lot of things. You know what I mean?
And being accused of shit.
Yeah. So that kind of like made me question a lot at a young age. But then again, I didn't know too much either. But at a certain age too, when I was involved in neighborhood shit, my grandparents would send me away to my aunt that was Christian, involved in Victory Outreach. She went to Bible college and studied spiritual warfare, and she took classes on demonic. I don't know what it's called, bro. It's something to do with Victory Outreach, that they have this it's a college that they go to. Demonology.
Right.
So I learned
Right.
a whole lot of stuff from her, as well as seeing a lot of stuff that was very spiritual too. So that opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. But later on in life, when I got questioned by a certain individual, or I heard somebody talking when I was 17, 18, 19 era, around those ages, there was a lot of stuff that people called conspiracies, and I just wanted to know. Until finally I ran into a certain individual, was an old man, an older man that was talking to homeboys, and everything that he was talking about. And this is why I say I understand when people come at me a certain way, or they feel some type of way by what I say, because I felt the same damn way when I heard this individual speak. And I just wanted to get him the hell out. He was bringing poison to the homies and myself, and I questioned everything that he said that came out of his mouth, especially the flat earth. I went against it. I wanted to beat his ass, but he was an old man. And he called me out in front of the homies, and that was a big thing to me. Don't ever fucking call me out in front of the homeboys, So I literally had to study, and come at him with some brains for once, not my hands. And when I did try to come at him with brains, I found out that day that I didn't have no brains, or I didn't have enough brains to compete with this individual that knew way more than me. And I swore to myself that I was never going to be put in that position again, or hopefully I wasn't, So I went home and I read, I studied, I looked up definitions of words, I read more books, and it spread out like a web until I was finally studying biology. I was studying physics. I was studying everything. I was looking up conspiracy theories. Where did they come from? Who invented the whole conception, or the deception of dinosaurs? Because that's another one we could talk about. How that's all made up. We could talk about all kinds of shit. It just went out to a web. So every day, bro, I mean, still to this day, I'm still learning, homie. You know, I'm still an infant in this journey that I'm on. You know what I mean? I'm sorry for ranting, bro, but I urge everybody to fucking, instead of being in the comment section talking shit, let's sit down and have this conversation or study yourself. You know what I mean? Or make your own platform. If you want to talk shit about watching me on this platform, why don't you make your own and do your own fucking, you know what I mean? Investigative studying or whatever the hell you want to call it. You know what I mean? But I suggest everybody, instead of talking shit, you know, study, bro. You know?
That's right.
I appreciate you, though, homie. Thank you for
No, I appreciate the long-winded answer, but yeah, I see the zeal in you. You know what I mean? So I thought I was really wondering. And then my main question was like, if you subscribe to any, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you heard about the One Westerners and the New York camps and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about Israelites?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, because I see you knowing the name, and you be pushing the name out. So I mean, I think that's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. So yeah, a lot of the brothers I am in touch with, I do know a lot of them. A lot of the camps that are all over the United States as well as all over the world, bro. And I believe that as prophecy as well, bro. You know, they're out here doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're out here giving you warning.
Right.
Just like they show you in that movies, that one guy that was telling you the world was going to end, and then the world is ending, and everybody's like, damn, I should have listened to that dude. Yeah, you should listen.
Right.
You know, these people aren't just talking out the side of their neck. They study. They study as well. I've learned a lot from them myself. You know what I mean? I'm not from a camp or nothing like that, but hey, the best wishes to them because they are my brothers. They are our people.
Right.
You know, there's no separation in us. You know, people have to really understand where the hell they come from. People that are claiming Africa aren't from Africa. People that are claiming Mexico or Mexicans are probably from Spain. You know, there's a good majority of us that are real indigenous Mexica, but a good amount, a percentage of them aren't. You know, so you really got to learn who you are. So I and they go, oh well, how can you learn that? How could you know? I mean, well, test somebody's spirit then. You know what I mean? Like if you can't really track them down, test their spirit. Are they trying to take from you, or are they trying to build you up?
Yeah. That's when discernment of spirits comes in.
Right.
And that's one thing that I believe I have and I believe you have. Mm-hmm. And when a lot of people tell me, oh, Tony, you are marvelous, you guys make a good team, a lot of good chemistry there. Mm-hmm. It's good chemistry there, but it's discernment of spirits.
Right.
And I believe it's something that you're born with, something that you're gifted with. Mm-hmm. So that's all I'm going to say. Like when he said, test the spirit, if you can, then do it.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people out there that are truly being deceived by people and say, how come I didn't see it coming? Mm-hmm. You just didn't have it.
Right.
Right. So anyways, Carnal, thank you for calling.
Thank you, homie.
Really appreciate it. You were the last caller.
Thank you for the platform. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you, Marvelous, for the answer. And then I'm really pushing out that name, you know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing, man. And beautiful for the platform too,
Right.
Absolutely. Thank you, bro. Have a blessed night, homie.
No, I appreciate that.
Okay.
You too.
Wait. All right. We are out of here. We can take these off. Okay. Huh? All right. Go ahead, Alex. Give us the super chat.
It says it's by RC. He dropped $4.99. He said, "What are your thoughts of decolonizing our diet as a way to eat better?" Decolonizing. I don't know what that means.
Well, I
think that's what that says, right? Decolonizing. All right.
But
probably spelled it wrong.
I would have to ask you, what is our diet that they are decolonizing? So.
What, Norbeast? Tell us, Norbeast.
What do you think
what?
about our diets, of us reversing our diets against the colonizers' diet for us?
You know what? Just put that beer down, bro. Just put that beer down.
You want to read it?
No, go for it. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, we need to get back to our diet, bro, our alkaline diet, and remove all this acidic shit that's causing a bunch of mucus in our body that gives our body's immune system no actual defense on fighting any organic bloodborne pathogen.
All good. I couldn't have said that better. Even with this holy water. Anyways, guys, Marvelous, let's promote once again your podcast, Marvelous Minds.
Marvelous Minds on YouTube.
Now, did you ever upload your picture to the profile pic?
Oh, I'm working on everything. It should be done by this week.
Okay, by this week and a background pic. As soon as
Right,
you're
right.
done, I'm gonna have Norbert send it to me so we can promote it on my page, on the YouTube page.
Gracias,
Blah blah
I
blah.
appreciate
Because
you.
we need you to get going.
Thank you.
We need you to start educating our gente.
Thank you.
And all these people that are doubting you, at least they can at least comment, call you, watch your podcast, whatever. And I know you are going to be exclusive soon, or if not already,
Right.
Because I know a lot of people invite you on their platforms,
Right.
But I believe that there has to come a time where, like, you have to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to be exclusive to my platform,
Right.
So,
right.
So,
And no disrespect to anybody that's asked me or anybody that I haven't answered yet. But I appreciate you. I'm very humbled by you even acknowledging me or my presence being on your platform. I respect that. But I'm gonna try to do my thing on what I feel I'm supposed to be doing.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, though. Appreciate you.
So please don't take it wrong. Other than that, this month or October next week, we're gonna try to do a Freaky Tales every Friday and go from there. So, other than that, Marvelous, any shout outs you want to give or anything you want to say, anything you want to promote or whatever?
Yeah, shout outs to my kids. I love you guys wherever you're at, and everybody that tuned in. Thank all my love and respect to you and your familias, and let's awaken our gente.
Absolutely. Somebody said this. His name is Itubo, El Tubo. What's your thoughts on sleep paralysis? Here's my thoughts. Call in next Friday and ask that same question. That's all I'm going to say. So here we go. Other than that, let me give a shout out to, once again, Norbert for once again being a part of our team. Let me give a shout out to Alex Cervantes Enterprise. Let me give a shout out to my son, B-SKANLESS, for helping me promote this, and to the Hip Hop Jedi. Other than that, I want to give a shout out to Marvelous Inc.
Thank you, bro.
So,
Appreciate you.
muchas gracias. Thank you for being here. Thank you for blessing us with your presence. And thank you, everybody in the live chat, everybody who liked, subscribed, commented, everybody who shared, everybody who, talked shit, doesn't matter. Everybody who called in, it was all love. So thank you. Enjoy your Sunday, and we'll see you guys here Wednesday with the guy that sells CMOS. So, so that's all I'm going to say. And you know what? I want to say thank you to everybody because we hit, honestly, 1K on the live chat. 1K on the live chat. That shit was fucking dope, honestly. And Marvelous, so once again, thank you for your presence. And we out of here. Let's go.
You got it.